Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How's it going, folks? And thank you very much for tuning in with me on this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 509. Episode number 509 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And I would also like to add that this is the official 700th episode combining True Capitalist Radio with True Conservative Radio, folks, because I used to broadcast as True Conservative Radio from years 2008 to 2010. Well, actually 2009. At the beginning of January of 2010 is when this show turned into True Capitalist Radio. 700 episodes. So for all you folks that are true fans of the show, I hope that you appreciate that type of dedication. You know, over 10 years I've been doing this, man. 10 years. Anyway, with that being said, folks, I'd like to ask everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house on this Thanksgiving Eve. And you can get to us at the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And if you have not done so, by God, get on Gab. All right, folks, that's my only social media outlet that I officially use for myself as the True Capitalist Radio Show. You can get to Gab by typing in your browser gab.ai, and you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, and I am verified on there as well, folks, all right? And once again, folks, it is Thanksgiving Eve. I would like for everybody to please, I am, unfortunately, yours truly has been banned from Twitter for inventing the word poshole. None of these other ridiculous Silicon Valley poshole social media types want me around. So if you happen to be on a Facebook, if you happen to be on Twitter or Instagrams or whatever the other damn social media sites are, spread it around that we are live right now every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, 6:30 p.m. Jesus Christ, I'm losing my brain here. You take one day off, you're losing your brain. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? That's Texas time, boy. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I also want to remind everybody that I apologize for not showing up for Monday's show. As you can tell, my voice is somewhat, it's there. It's not 100%. I'd call it maybe 80%. These assholes last Friday, especially during the Radio Graffiti segment, were just, guys were pricks, all right? That's all I got to say, and my voice didn't recover, and as a result, there was just no way I could do the broadcast on Monday. So once again, I didn't do the Monday broadcast, but I will, folks, do a broadcast on Thanksgiving, boy. Do you understand that? Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully by the time you've stuffed your ass with all the goddamn gluttonous type of feast that you people like to enjoy on this type of year, maybe you and Grandma, Millie, and everybody else around your family could gather around the old computer or around the old, whatever you're using to listen to this broadcast, and listen in. Have old Thanksgiving with True Capitalist Radio and Ghost right here tomorrow. I am making up the Monday broadcast that I should have done tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. And, I guess I got, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to do a Friday show too? I'm going to have to do a Friday show too. So, it's just, great. It's supposed to be the holidays here. I'm sitting over here working, man. Anyway, before we get into everything, folks, let me read over the production notes that I got here. All right, after we go through the financial hour of crypto and stock news, folks, we're going to talk about Donald Trump in the second hour of the broadcast, folks. LeVar Ball, all right, you know about that stupid-ass crack. We don't even want to, I don't even want to get to it until we get there. All right, I'm gonna read this son of a bitch, the Riot Act, and let me tell you, if anybody knows LeVar Ball, you forward him what I'm about to tell him in the second goddamn hour. That's all I got to say about that. And NFL, we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL because the president, obviously tweeted about it. He's very upset about it. I don't blame him. These assholes in the NFL are a bunch of anti-American jerkasses, and they refuse to do something as simple as standing their asses up during the national anthem. And they're doing this because, I really don't know why. I don't know. You know who I blame? That pothole Black Lives Matter leader, D. Ray McKesson. That's who I blame. I blame it. And, of course, that ethnically ambiguous Colin Kaepernick, I blame him, too. But, I'd like a black check. And I've said this before, but I'd like a black check on Colin Kaepernick. He's a cross between either a goddamn Puerto Rican or he's a kebab. Either one or a mixture of both. I don't know. I want a black check on him. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we're going to talk about Roy Moore a little bit. We're going to talk, obviously, about sexual abuse and how there's an explosion of sexual abuse cases that are coming out of the woodwork. People are out here saying that, oh, he touched me, he stuck his finger into my crack, and all that other crap. We're going to talk about that also. Obviously, Al Franken, John Conyers, Charlie Rose, Joe Burton out of Texas. What the hell? And we're also going to talk after that about net neutrality, folks. I know a lot of people have been wanting to discuss this. We'll talk a little bit about net neutrality out here and whether it's much to do about nothing or if it's something very serious. We're going to talk about that. Zimbabwe news in the third hour. We're going to talk about Zimbabwe. Yours truly basically highlighted Zimbabwe and the destabilization literally maybe 2 weeks or a week prior to Mugabe stepping down. And morons on the broadcast were like, Ghost, why exactly are you covering Zimbabwe news? You think I give a rat's ass about Zimbabwe? Hey, now you know. Now you understand, don't you, boy? Huh? Just because it's in Africa doesn't mean that it should be negated of any kind of news coverage, all right? We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about Ratako, is that his name? Hey, engineer, is that his name, Ratako? I'm sorry, it's Ratko. Thanks for the engineer misspelling. Ratko Mladic, the Serbian general who basically slaughtered the Muslim enclave out there in, how do you pronounce this, engineer? Srebrenica, I believe it's what it's called. I don't know. We'll talk about that. If you don't know about it, we're going to discuss it. All right? Srebrenica. I'm sorry, it's Srebrenica. Srebrenica is what I'm talking about. The slaughter of Srebrenica, if you don't know about it, it was very well documented, as a matter of fact. The UN and the World Court basically found him guilty of genocide. Now, I have an opinion about that. And I think it's going to shock people. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to shock people. We're talking about Lebanon, some really, 180 news coming out of Lebanon. Venezuela, should we intervene or not? And if we get to other subjects, we're going to talk about NBA player Ray Allen. Did you hear about the NBA player Ray Allen? This son of a bitch got catfished. He got online catfished. Yeah, I'm talking about the NBA player, Ray Allen, who made, how much is this son of a bitch make in his career? Like $70 million plus. If this son of a bitch doesn't have at least $50 million in his bank account, then, he either shoved it up his nose or who knows? Who knows what he did? But either way, he's out here looking for love online, allegedly. I don't know what the hell. He got catfished. And North Korea, the North Korea defector who not only got shot running through the demilitarized zone out there between North and South Korea, but was found once they got him into the hospital with all kinds of sick parasites inside this poor man's body. So I guess living in North Korea means that, you're going to have tapeworm for the rest of your goddamn life, huh? Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to the financial hour. Let's talk crypto. Cryptocurrencies, folks. Now, I'm going to be honest, I did take off Monday because I could not speak. I would not be able to properly articulate this show. It wouldn't sound good, so I had to take the Monday off. But during that Monday to Tuesday, we did see a slight contraction in the markets. And when we did do that, folks, we did see, as I've always stated, that Dash typically is a safe haven when it comes to contractions. And, of course, 42 coin, just hint, hint. But for the most part, when we're talking about the major commercial coins, Dash is the coin to go to when it comes down to contractions and where to move any kind of potential profits that you're trying to save from these contractions. Dash has always been some kind of a stable coin during these times. It's a trend that I've been following at least all year. And for the last contraction, folks, I don't know if you saw, Dash not only was used as a safe haven, but it took off. It took off. Now, I hope you folks do remember me saying that about Dash. And moreover, I do want to talk a little bit about another coin that I have discussed once on here. And when I did discuss it, I said I wasn't a fan of this particular cryptocurrency. I personally thought it was a scam, in my opinion. But I still covered it anyway because it seems to be the, quote, safe haven also when any contractions happen in the crypto market, and I'm talking about Tether. Now, for you folks that don't remember, I did cover Tether, and that Tether was a safe haven for folks that are trying to run away from any kind of contraction that's happened in the cryptocurrency market. But the thing with Tether, you don't get no kind of profit. It doesn't go past, I think, maybe 0.75 maybe when it's highly traded, whatever the case might be. It's always like $1 or $1.01. The whole purpose of the coin is to kind of put there as a safe haven to hold your crypto, okay? So with that being said, the reason I bring up Tether, folks, is because the reason I was suspicious about it, even though people told me to cover it, because there has to be some money being made as this Tether is being traded. Some profit has to be generated here, and I just don't understand for the life of me if everybody's going there towards contractions. During the times of contractions, everybody's going to Tether. It can only go up no more than, 0.75? That's all I've seen it on the big board. That's all I've seen it. Where's all that profit going? Well, folks, I knew something was rotten in Denmark when it came to the Tether token. All right, that's the Tether token. And for those folks that don't know, it's symbol USDT is what I'm talking about. Tether, folks, got hacked straight out of their own blockchain because who knows what these people were doing. This is my opinion, not accusing Tether of anything, but I think that there was something very fishy about Tether, in which, oh yeah, dude, come on over. You'll be safe during a contraction. Don't worry, but, you're not going to get more than 0.75% on your money at any given time, even though everybody's running to it. Somebody's getting that. Something's happening. Well, somebody hacked the Tether token, the blockchain. Now, how they did that, I don't have the time or the effort or the energy to be able to explain this to you all, but they were able to hack $31 million worth of Tether right out from their own wallet system. Okay? So, with that being said, that's something to worry about in my personal opinion, but I wouldn't hold it against the cryptocurrency market because there was always something rotten in Denmark, in my opinion, about Tether, and now their gums are bleeding now, and I'd like to know where's all the money going? You know, when everybody's running to Tether, whenever there's a contraction, where's the profits going? That's what I'd like to know.
You know what's great about the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event? No matter how you sign your name, you can get a great deal on select 2018 Volkswagen models. Sign perfectly neat, you get a great deal. Sign super messy, get a great deal. Sign outside the lines. Do one of those fancy weird signatures where your 9-letter last name looks like a half a V. You still get a great deal on models like the all-new Tiguan SUV or fun-to-drive Jetta. So practice your signature. Then head over to your nearest Volkswagen dealer for the Sign Then Drive event, going on now for a limited time.
Anyway, with that being said, folks, let's go ahead and get to some cryptocurrency rundown. Let's get to some prices. Once again, we did see a contraction go, Monday and Tuesday. And the reason we saw that is because Bitcoin hit $8,000. So right now, folks, the current stage of Bitcoin, we're in unprecedented territory. The sky's the limit at this particular point. But I'd be careful. I'd be careful once again. We do have a civil war between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. I explained it in many shows in the first hour. You can look back at the archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost to hear my thoughts and opinions on that. But in my view, folks, now that we're in unprecedented territory right now with Bitcoin and that symbol BTC, meaning that no one's pretty much holding the bag right now. I mean, we're at all-time highs. No one's holding the bag. I mean, it's basically up to the market when this son of a bitch contracts. But in my opinion, when we saw, and I've noticed this trend, you know, I'm a noticer of trends, when Bitcoin hit all-time highs the previous time it did, that's when we saw this run on Bitcoin Cash. Now, we did see a run, folks, when I called the run on Friday on Bitcoin Cash, that symbol BCH, and I continue to say that there's going to be runs on and off on this particular cryptocurrency because there is a lot of bag holders at as high as 4,000 from the last run. And secondly, you've got folks that are trying to make Bitcoin Cash the official king of the cryptocurrencies available to exchange with. So I don't want to get into the Bitcoin Cash war. Go back to the archive and listen to the first hours about that, folks, and you'll hear it in detail of why this is happening. But all I've got to say is that Bitcoin right now is at all-time highs, and when we see Bitcoin at all-time highs, that's when these people that are holding Bitcoin, that are the majority of Bitcoin holders, attempt to kind of run Bitcoin Cash. That's all I'm saying. And we're starting to see a little bit of run on Bitcoin Cash. So let's go ahead and get this covered, all right? Bitcoin right now, symbol BTC, all right? The current market capitalization is $137 billion market capitalization. In the past 24 hours, the current price has gone up 1.90%. The current circulating supply for Bitcoin is 16,695,637 Bitcoin in circulation. The current price for Bitcoin, BTC, $8,254.69 per Bitcoin. All right? Now, I know that Ethereum is technically number 2 in market capitalization of cryptocurrency, but all I have to say to anybody who's listening to this broadcast is sell your goddamn Ethereum, all right? Sell your goddamn Ethereum, for Christ's sake. These people are commies. They're admitted commies. I mean, the goddamn creator of the coin is sympathetic towards child pornography, for Christ's sake. I mean, don't support Ethereum. They are trash. They're garbage. So once again, sell off all your Ethereum, man. I mean, run this damn thing into the ground. You cannot promote a bunch of commies. And they're admitted commies, folks. They are admitted communists. So I'm not covering them. The only way I'm covering them is to tell everybody who's listening to sell it off. So let's get to Bitcoin Cash, all right? Symbol BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Current market cap for Bitcoin Cash is $21 billion market capitalization. Current circulating supply for Bitcoin Cash is 16,816,950 Bitcoin Cash in circulation. In the past 24 hours, folks, Bitcoin Cash has gone up 10.67%. What did I tell you? On Friday, remember, it was at $900. And I was telling folks, hey, you might want to take a look at this. It ain't going to just go flat. There's a lot of bag holders out here. I think that people should legitimately look at this for potential short or pattern trading potential. And if you did listen to me, you would have been making some serious cake. Up 10.67% in the past 24 hours for Bitcoin Cash. The current price for Bitcoin Cash is $1,304.19 per Bitcoin Cash cryptocurrency. Now, let's get to Dash, folks. That's symbol DASH. And once again, I have told everybody out there that Dash is definitely a coin to look towards whenever you have a contraction in the crypto markets. And if you would have listened to that ever since I've come back on this broadcast, on episode 500, you'd be making some serious money right now. I mean, don't you understand that? I mean, just look at that archive. Take a listen to the first financial hours from 500 to now, and you will see that you would have made some capital if you would have just entertained some of these plays that I'm trying to plant seeds on out here, boy. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create capitalists. You understand? I'm giving you millions and millions of dollars of information absolutely free because I'm trying to create capitalists out there, not just in the United States of America, but throughout the world. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to Dash. Dash right now is at $4.4 billion market capitalization. All right, the current circulating supply is a fairly modest 7.7 million Dash in circulation. 7.7 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, folks, Dash has gone up 16.51%. The current price for Dash, folks, get this, symbol DASH, current price, $580.02 per Dash cryptocurrency. What did I tell you, folks? What did I tell you? But does anybody listen? Huh? Is there anybody out there? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get to Litecoin. All right, Litecoin, symbol LTC. All right, the market capitalization for Litecoin is $3.8 billion market capitalization. All right, the current circulating supply for Litecoin is 53,948,883 Litecoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, we have seen Litecoin go up 2.83% increase. Now, the thing I said about Litecoin is that it's a fickle coin, but it's fairly consistent. I said that this wasn't a play that I particularly would play, but there was potential because you have bag holders at about $80, $84 during the last run, and Litecoin has been known to run, and it has. Since the last time we talked, folks, Litecoin has taken a considerable run. Just take a look at the current price. Current price right now, $72.26 per Litecoin, symbol LTC. Remember, we were talking about, high 50s last week. Current price right now, $72.26. I'm just saying. Now, let's get to Monero, folks. Now, I have been covering Monero, and I've been saying, look, I don't like this coin because, once again, I suspect that this damn coin is made by a freaking brony. But my personal biases aside, I've been covering this because I've been saying this is a very good swing and pattern trading play for Monero here. It's been running and running here for the past couple of months, and it does not seem to stop. It doesn't seem to stop. So I hope that you folks that entertained this play, you started realizing that, you know what, Ghost is right. It's just one of those things that has those runs. Let me get on it. Let me see if I can get some liquidity. And if I can get in, get out, or get in and try to milk it for as long as I can. Let me tell you, if you were one of those that went in and milked it for all you can, you were probably considerably generously rewarded for doing so. Let's get to Monero, symbol XMR. The current market capitalization for Monero is $2.6 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Monero is 15,387,178 Monero in circulation. Oh, yes, and once again, the symbol for Monero is XMR. XMR is the symbol for Monero. In the past 24 hours, get this, folks, in the past 24 hours, Monero has gone up 20.56% in the past 24 hours, folks, okay? I mean, I told you, I told you to entertain this because there's some nice swing and pattern trading play here for easy liquidity. I hope that you did entertain this, but get this, that's not the best part. Listen to the price. The last time that we talked, folks, Monero was going for like, I think 120, 118, somewhere around that. Right now, Monero's current price, symbol XMR, current price, $170.80 per Monero cryptocurrency. I'm just saying, I'm trying to plant seeds. I'm planting seeds out here. Now, let me go to one of my personal major investments, folks, Quantum, symbol QTUM. I've been saying that this is the Bitcoin of Asia. I think that this is one of the few coins. There are other coins like this out here. What I mean like this, I mean they propose a lot of things on their white papers. They have a lot of vision. They try to claim that they have this idea for blockchain technology for this and that on their website, but here you have Quantum actually doing something. And if you do your own research, you'll understand what I'm saying. Anyway, symbol QTUM. Current market capitalization for Quantum is $1 billion, folks. All right, now, if you were hearing me cover this particular coin, you'll remember that this particular coin's market capitalization was at about $800 billion in the last few times we've discussed the crypto markets. Well, folks, if you would have entertained this play, once again, cha-ching. Look, the reason I cover cryptocurrencies is to help you guys make some liquidity out there. Any damn cryptocurrency traders, that's what I do. I mean, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to create capitalists out here. With that being said, the current circulating supply for Quantum is 73,608,724 Quantum in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Quantum has gone up 0.19%. Current price for Quantum, and remember, when I started covering this, Quantum was at about $8.99, okay? Current price for Quantum is $14.18 per Quantum. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get to Zcash, folks. Once again, another one of my favorites. I've been telling you guys this. I think that being long on Zcash is not a terrible move at this point. I've got a considerable portion of my assets in Zcash. There's a lot of reasons I like this, but one in particular is that you've got J.P. Morgan considerably making an investment into Zcash. And moreover, you've got some anonymous options, privacy options in the blockchain, et cetera, et cetera. And another thing that makes it attractive, folks, the low circulation on Zcash. Very low circulation. Now, I do want to remind everybody that Zcash is mineable. I mean, whether you mine it yourself with your own hardware, or if you don't have your own hardware, folks, you can mine from a third party and let the other third party deal with all the electricity, all the debugging of the mining software, and all that stuff. You can get to their www.genesis.dash Genesis-mining.com, and you can go get yourself a Zcash. I think they've got a Litecoin. I think they've got a couple of other ones. They're selling out like hotcakes, because what it means is, folks, is when you get yourself a mining contract with whatever cryptocurrency you purchase, you literally get daily deposits in your digital wallet on a daily basis, and it's for 2 years. It's for 2 years. Now, folks, once I first started promoting Genesis-mining.com back this year, April and May of this year, you can look back in the archives, people out here were trying to be saying that, oh, Ghost, I'm not going to do that. That sounds like a scam. Well, folks, the majority of the Inner Circle purchased a contract, and we're all profiting, folks, because at the time, people got in with some Ethereum contracts. Ethereum was only $45 at the time. Look back in the archive if you don't believe me, boy. People got into Dash because they were selling Dash contracts. Dash was only at about $60 or $70 at that point. We just covered Dash. It's at $500 and freaking whatever, $580. I mean, right now, I think that, if you were entertained, let me go ahead and post this on my Gab. Take a look at my Gab. Check out my Gab right now. All right, you can get to genesis-mining.com and use the discount code, all right? You've got to have a discount. Use the discount code WEA296. But I would definitely entertain, if you want my personal view, a Zcash cryptocurrency mining contract. It's the perfect timing for it, in my personal view. Once again, discount code for genesis-mining.com, WEA296. Anyway, let's get back to cryptocurrency coverage here. We're talking about Zcash, and the reason I'm saying it's a good play is because Zcash has considerably made some moves here in the past several weeks. Several weeks. Zcash right now, folks, okay, current market capitalization is $855 million market capitalization. The symbol on Zcash is ZEC. ZEC. And the current circulating supply for Zcash is, check this out, 2,678,769 Zcash in circulation. I mean, 2.6 million only right now in circulation. It's at the beginning mining phases right now. So that's the only reason why I'm telling people this would be an entertaining play to have, whether you personally buy the mining hardware yourself and mine it at your house, or, take the ease of that, get a mining contract and mine it yourself. Perfect, ripe. I mean, to be completely honest with you, folks, there are only 2.6 million in circulation. I mean, that is a low circulating supply. I just think it's a good mining play, in my opinion. Anyway, within the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone up 9.42% in the past 24 hours. Gone up 9.42%. The current price for Zcash, current price for ZEC, $319.48 per Zcash. And let me tell you, I personally believe that we could see this at $1,000 a coin within the next year, especially in 2018. I mean, look at the circulating supply. You compare the circulating supply of Zcash to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at what, 8,003, 8,002. There's about 16.5 million Bitcoin in circulation at $8,000, and I mean, come on. I'm just saying, I'm planting seeds. I'm trying to create capitalists. That's all I'm doing. Let's continue going, folks. Let's get to EOS, because we were seeing some major runs on EOS, folks, and I couldn't explain to you why. I just saw that this particular coin has ran and ran. It is finally barely contracting today, but it has gained some major traction. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I was in on EOS when it was 50 cents. I think I sold off at 85 or 90 and thought I would, It's like, yeah, look at that liquidity, baby. Of course, this is one where I'm kicking myself in my behind for not, being a little patient and just rolling with it. And that's why I always tell you, folks, long-term investment reigns supreme. Always remember that. Long-term investment reigns supreme. So even if all this mumbo-jumbo about cryptocurrency trading and mining, even if you don't even understand what I'm saying, what you need to do, in my personal view, is just find a way to obtain or purchase cryptocurrency and hoard it. I mean, if you know nothing else, if you don't know trading, if you don't know all the mumbo-jumbo, just obtain it, purchase it, figure out a way to get it, and hoard it. I mean, just imagine the folks that hoarded the Bitcoin back in 2010, 2011, 2012. I mean, Dash, folks, Dash used to be a coin called Dark Coin. I mean, I got someone who was in the inner circle who actually had old Dark Coin in an old hard drive that he had, and because we were all getting into cryptocurrency, he remembered that, oh my God, I've got some Dark Coin in this hard drive here. Let me see what it is. Let me see how much I've got. And he had a considerable amount of that Dark Coin, and Dark Coin had changed into Dash. And before you know it, this guy had like several $1,000s in Dash in a damn hard drive that he was about to throw away. So that's what I'm saying, folks. I mean, this is legit, and long-term investment reigns supreme. Now, always remember that, if you know nothing else. All right? Anyway, EOS, symbol EOS. All right, current market cap for EOS is $931 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for EOS is 492,675,137 EOS in circulation. In the past 24 hours, EOS has gone down slightly. It's gone down 1.53% decrease on the day for EOS. Current price for EOS, $1.89. All right, right now, $1.89. Look, this damn thing was like 80 cents about 2 weeks ago. I'm not even joking. So, 100% on your money if you were holding on to this for the past 2 weeks. All right, I'm just saying. Let me continue going, folks. I need a drink of beer out here. Give me a beer. Give me my beer. Gotta excuse me. I'm still trying to get my voice back from Friday. I'm not even joking. Anyway, folks, let's go to another coin that I used to cover back in the old days of April, May of this year, but stopped covering it because I personally don't like this coin. I don't like the idea of this coin. I think it's a bunch of hype. And that's why I'm covering it now, because there's so much hype on it, it's ridiculous. But let's just get to it anyway. BitConnect. That's right, BCC, folks, all right? Market capitalization for BitConnect, BCC, $643 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for BCC, BitConnect, 2.1 million in circulation, so a low circulation. Current price, and the reason I bring this up, folks, is because back in April and May when I was covering this and I was covering BitConnect, BitConnect was at about $10. $10. It is now $301 bill right there. $301 bill. I'm just saying, I'm planting seeds, man. I mean, you can only lead a horse to water. I don't know. Let's just continue. Another coin I do want to cover here because it's made some considerable gains here in the past several days, and it's a part of the Exodus wallet as well. So I got to cover this one. I don't know what the gain is on this one, but it's about time. I have traded this one before. I'm talking about Augur. Augur, folks, symbol REP, Augur. The current the current market capitalization for Augur is $278 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Augur is 11 million in circulation. Flat 11 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Augur has gone up 19.96% in the 24-hour period. All right. Current price for Augur is $25.36 per Augur cryptocurrency. And I'm covering this because, we're having a major run. We're having a major run on Augur, and I think it's a combination of low circulating supply, possible news. I'm not really too sure, but once again, you got to cover where the money's going. You understand? Anyway, let me get to another coin here that I never thought I'd ever talk about again. But I'm talking about, what is it? How do you pronounce this? A dog coin or Doge coin? This ridiculous meme coin. I'm covering this, folks, because I don't know why in the blue hell anybody takes this coin serious. And the reason is because it will mine itself. It will keep replicating Dogecoin forever. It's never going to end. It's going to always produce Dogecoin. What kind of stupidity is this? But hey, it's the internets, and they got that, what do they call that little Shiba dog, They got that little Shiba dog on there, with a little smile, and everybody's like, oh, look at that adorable little dog. Let me go ahead and purchase this crappy-ass coin. Anyway, folks, Dogecoin, symbol DOGE, all right? Current market capitalization for this stupid meme coin is $212 million market capitalization. You understand what I'm saying? Give me a goddamn break with this piece of crap. But I got to cover it. Morons are buying it. Anyway, folks, look, just get this, all right? Just get this. The current circulating supply of Dogecoin is, okay, get this, 112 billion, 33,576,496 Dogecoin currently in circulation. But in the past 24 hours, by God, who the hell knows why? Because I don't know. We got a bunch of aspie tards. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Who cares? That buy this crap. In the past 24 hours, Dogecoin has gone up 36.25%. This is stupid, man. Anyway, the current price for Dogecoin is less. What do you call less than a penny? What do you call less than a penny? It's at like less than a penny. What is it? 18,095. I don't even know how to. You know what? I don't even know. I don't even care. But the reason I bring up Dogecoin, and I'm going to end it with 42 coverage because, of course, yours truly and the Inner Circle are the official spokespeople for 42 Coin. And the reason I bring this up is because I hate to say, but I told you so. All right? I told you so, and I'm telling you all right now, if you all don't get on 42 Coin right now, you're missing thousands of dollars, okay? And the symbol on 42 Coin is 42. The current market cap is only $635,174. Now, why so low? Because there's only 42 coins mined throughout the whole circulation. Only 42. So the reason I am promoting this coin, and I like it, I'm a huge investor. So is the Inner Circle. We are purchasing and have purchased a considerable amount of this cryptocurrency because it's a hedge against any cryptocurrency downturn. And if you take a look at the trends, every time there's a downturn, 42 Coin goes up. Secondly, it's a great day trading play because of the volatility within this coin. The swings on this thing could go into the $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000 range. So that's why I'm telling people this is the coin here: swing pattern trade play or long term or hedge. All right, that's why me and the Inner Circle are doing it. Now let's go ahead and get to the price. Now, the circulating supply, of course, is 42 coins. That's it. It's 42 coin. Anyway, the current price, the past 24 hours, forgot this. Yeah, the past 24 hours, 42 coin has gone up 17.33%. Remember the last time I was talking to you about 42 coin? It was at about $9,000, $10,000 a coin. All right? It was like $9,000, $10,000 a coin. Guess how much it is today, baby? On Thanksgiving Eve, 42 coin is $15,123.20 per 42 coin. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning, folks. Look, I don't want to disclose what personal knowledge I have of the coin, but I can tell you this, all right? I can tell you this. 42 coin recently got on a new exchange called Trade Satoshi. That is just the beginning. That is just the beginning, folks. Mark my words. And moreover, I think that individuals are starting to become aware, based on the trends on this coin, that this is definitely a place to hedge in contractions. It's definitely a potential long-term play or swing or pattern trading. So anyway, once again, 42 coin, $15,123.20 per coin. Just saying, I think these are great levels. Now, I just told you Dogecoin, that ridiculous meme coin, has over $222 million market capitalization. And that's a ridiculous, pathetic coin that will mine itself forever, like a freaking ridiculous Federal Reserve fiat currency gone wild. Here you got 42 coin. There's only 42 coins. That's it. That's why the Inner Circle and myself have considerably made an investment in it. That's why we are the official spokespeople for 42 coin. So that's why I'm telling you right now, I'm just telling you, I'm planting seeds. I'm planting seeds. If you want to entertain a long-term investment that will considerably give you some profits here in the next year, hop on this coin, baby. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the market cap on this is only $635,000 right now, and it's only 42 coins. I just told you Dogecoin, this ridiculous, stupid, mean piece of crap, was $222 million market capitalization. And there are, 112 billion Dogecoin in circulation. I'm telling you, there should be no reason why 42 coin is not worth $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a coin. And believe me, us as the spokespeople, we're going to get it there, and we are also going to add it to other. Let me strike that. What I just said about how 42 coin just recently got on the new exchange, Trade Satoshi. Right now, it's on these exchanges. If you want to buy it, folks, it's on Livecoin, it's on Cryptopia. That's what they call it, Cryptopia, Trade Satoshi, and Nova Exchange. But that is just the beginning. Just wait. Just wait and see. I'm just saying. The reason I don't want to say what the future is for 42 is because when a cryptocurrency is added to a major exchange, the price automatically goes up. And that's why we saw a considerable run on this time as it pertains to 42 coin, is because 42 coin got added to Trade Satoshi. But that's just the beginning. Anyway, folks, that is the cryptocurrency markets for this evening. Let's go ahead and let's get to stocks. All right, let's go ahead and get to stocks. Now, yesterday, folks, we saw all-time highs in the stock market. What did I tell you? I'm pretty bullish on the stock market for the next 4 quarters. And I don't know if you've seen the analyst out of Goldman Sachs, the analyst out of Bank of America. They seem to unbelievably agree with my assessment that 2018 is going to be a great year financially for America. And, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science or scientist to know this. Based upon the Make America Great Again economic policies of Donald Trump, of course we're going to see a great 2018. I mean, remember, folks, the reason I was against the stock market as it pertains to any kind of long-term investment towards the end of Barack Obama's presidency was because it was an inflated and over-speculated market at that particular time. Now, why did they over-speculate that market? Well, who bailed out Wall Street back in 2009? It was Barack Obama. He bailed out Wall Street, and what did Wall Street have to do in return? It had to prop up a nice inflated Dow Jones Industrial, S&P 500, NASDAQ, so that the Barack Obama administration could always point to, hey, look, we're having a great time in the stock market. Even though everybody was unemployed, you had high amounts of welfare recipients and people on the dole and all kinds of crap. The Obama administration would always say, right, oh, look, the stock market's great. That's because, folks, the stock market at this point in time is consumed, and the majority of the investors are big fund managers, hedge funds, mutual funds, retirement funds. These are the people that are controlling this over-speculated market. Now, what happened is that once Barack Obama was no longer president and you brought in Donald Trump as president, Donald Trump asserted his economic policies, and instead of having the contraction that we should have seen during this overinflation and overspeculation of the market in the Obama administration, it didn't have a time to contract. It did not contract because by the time it should have, you had Donald Trump asserting the Make America Great Again economic policies that shot up the GDP growth. I mean, folks, we're at 3% GDP growth, approaching 4%. I would not, unless there's some major catastrophe that happens to the United States again, I don't see it going, I think it'd go 5-6%. I know that it's unheard of because we've been spending 8 years with Obama with 0.05% growth on a goddamn quarterly basis, and now we're seeing 2%, 3%, 4% now. I'm telling you, we could see 5 or 6% in 2018, and that's why Goldman Sachs is bullish. That's why all of a sudden Bank of America is bullish, and that's why I'm bullish on the stock market, at least for the next 4 quarters. All right, now you do have some things to tend to when you're investing in the stock market here. We do have, and this is why you saw a minor contraction today in the stock market, a pending Federal Reserve interest rate raise, and we have yet to see how much that's going to be. Because if it's anything more than 0.25, anything more than 0.50, if it's a damn point, then we may have some trouble in the stock market because that means that money ain't going to be cheap anymore. We're approaching high interest rates. I wouldn't say high interest rates, but we're approaching a level of interest rate that could potentially bring down values in the equities markets because, as I've stated, folks, when you see a high stock market, traditionally that means that the amount of money that's circulating out in the United States population it's an overabundant amount. I mean, that's why everything's expensive, folks. For the past since 2000, 2001, the Federal Reserve has just literally ran the printers on the money. They're acting like Dogecoin over here, just producing crap and thinking it's funny, all right, thinking it's a freaking meme. And that's why we've seen the rise of every goddamn thing not just the stock market, in everything. I mean, we're seeing an asset bubble. Did you hear that there was a supposed Da Vinci that went for $350 million? A freaking painting! If that doesn't spell asset bubble, I don't know what the hell is. I mean, you got cars now that are being manufactured for people that can drop $1.5 million, $3.5 million, for Christ's sake. I mean, you got these Bugattis out here for $2 million. You got what was that freaky Korsagig or whatever? It's a cool car. I just don't know how to pronounce it. That $4 million car that Money Mayweather bought. All right, give me a break. When the hell would we have ever seen that? We're seeing that the reason is because we have a lot of money circulating, folks, a lot of money circulating amongst the population, and that's why we have an increase in prices across the board. Now, the Federal Reserve is trying and attempting to be responsible all of a sudden, even though it should have been responsible during the 2008-2009 crash, to try to recall some of that money back. Because they want to recall some of that money back so that they can bring down the prices of everything, so that less money is circulated, so that prices come down. You understand? It's an economic trick. And this is why December 8th is actually going to be the date you want to put on your calendar if you have stocks, to see what the hell the Federal Reserve is going to do as far as its interest rate is concerned. So with that being said, that's what spooked the markets today. But yesterday they were at all-time highs on every indice, in all indices. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the stocks. All right, Dow Jones Industrials, folks, down today 64.65 points. 64.65 points, a percentage decrease of 0.27%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrials at 23,526.18 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's get to the S&P 500. The S&P down today 1.95 points, a percentage decrease of 0.08%, closing out the S&P at 2,597.08 points for the S&P 500. Now let's get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is still, this is all-time highs right now for NASDAQ. Now, once again, I said that I was all bullish on Dow. Anything on the Dow I'm bullish on. I think I'm bullish on 50% of the S&P. You might want to do your own due diligence on what the hell you want to invest in there. And NASDAQ, it's such a fickle market, the NASDAQ. I mean, you got to be careful. I think these are good day trading plays. There's a lot of fluctuations in these stocks in the NASDAQ, but, this is a very, very hard index to actually make humongous plays on unless you're kind of lucky, because it's a fickle market. It's much like, I wouldn't say like crypto, but I would say that when the NASDAQ moves, it moves. For instance, last year actually it may have been the beginning of this year, when Snapchat put out its IPO, initial public offering, and started selling stock on the exchange, I said right off the bat when they raised, how the hell much did they raise? $2 billion or some crap? And I said to myself, and I said on this show, that how in the hell are they going to make money? How in the hell are they going to grow as a damn business model? Freaking Snapchat. And if you take a look at the recent earnings call, it sucked. So if you invested in that, you were probably a Snapchatter, and it made you feel funny in the pants or whatever. But anyway, NASDAQ all-time highs. Right now it's up 4.89 points today. Percentage decrease of 0.07. It's an increase, not a decrease. An increase, 0.07% increase. Closing out the NASDAQ at 6,867.36 points for the NASDAQ composite. Let's go ahead and get to some commodities here. Let's do it pretty quick. I know I was kind of long-winded as it pertained to some of the beginning banter of the show and some of the beginning cryptocurrency coverage, but hey, it bears repeating, baby. I'm trying to plant seeds. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, let's get to commodities. Let's get to energy. We're starting to see some highs on energy, folks, because of the unease in the Middle East. I know that the news has come out, which has kind of tapered some of these gains in the energy, stating that there is enough reserve on tap to suffice any kind of halted production because of the destabilization in the Middle East. But I don't think investors are buying it. I don't buy it. There's a lot of OPEC countries that are involved in this whole Saudi Arabia-Iranian situation. So we shall keep our eyes and ears glued to see what's happening here if you happen to be an investor in oil. Let's go ahead and get to WTI sweet crude. WTI down today a nickel. All right, percentage decrease of 0.09%, closing out WTI at $57.97 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also down today, 11 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.17%, closing out Brent crude at $63.21 per barrel of Brent crude oil. And for you folks that don't know, the difference between WTI sweet crude and Brent crude, WTI sweet crude is actually the oil that is consumed here in the United States, and Brent crude is the oil that's consumed mostly in Europe, in that part of the world. So that's the difference if you're asking yourself what's the difference. Anyway, gasoline down 0.15%. Natural gas, the feast or famine, up 0.30%. And heating oil, what have I told you about heating oil? It's up 0.02% for heating oil.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness, like buying gifts for families and bringing a daughter in the Navy home for the holidays. And during the Happy Honda Day sales event, we can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda, like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
We are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me on this Thanksgiving Eve. I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. And before we get on with the rest of the commodities and we get to Gab's shout-outs here in a few minutes, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know throughout the internet and throughout the world that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Texas time, boy. Right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And once again, if you want to follow me on Gab, you want Gab shout-outs, you want the straight dope, you want up to the minute of what's happening with Ghost, baby, you better get a Gab account and follow me on Gab. And you can get to Gab by typing in your browser gab.ai. That's gab.ai, and you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And I am verified on there, boy. So you know who you follow, and I am verified on there, boy. Anyway, with that being said, let me go ahead and get some beer here. I only got a little bit here. Let me take a swig of it. More beer! Give me that beer. I'm telling you, I really appreciate the engineer hooking me up with this ice chest, man. I appreciate it. You know, I'm thankful for you, engineer. How you like that? I am thankful for you. You came back, we came back, and, you know, you're a better worker, all right? And I appreciate you, engineer. I'm thankful for you, all right? I'm thankful for you, man. Got to be thankful for stuff this Thanksgiving, you know? Even if you're a libtard, you know, even if you're some liberal long hair, even if you're some goddamn Antifa piece of crap who thinks, oh, well, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving because that's when the white male oppressed the Indians, the original natives of this land. Give me a break. Why don't you know your history, all right? Hey, you want to know why we're celebrating Thanksgiving, you stupid, uneducated piece of crap? It's because of the time that Captain John Smith, all right, And his people that he was carrying on his ship happened to sail into a place called Chesapeake Bay. And in that encounter, they encountered the Iroquois, the Potahan Indians. And when they encountered the Potahan Indians, they were kind of taken capture to some capacity. At least that's what John Smith thought, and the rest of the people that were with him on his voyage thought. But instead, what was happening was this Potahan chief was performing a ritual, some kind of a native ritual, for the people of the Chesapeake John Smith voyage. And basically, this ritual gave John Smith the daughter of the chief, the Potahan chief. And guess what the daughter's name was that John Smith was given? Pocahontas. Oh. And then after the chief gave his daughter up to John Smith, the Indians were like, "Oh, white man, we like you. Thank you very much. Come here. Let me see. Oh, you got gun. You got this. We give you land." And they had an agreement, all right? They had an agreement that, all right, well, we're here, we're new, you're going to give us these lots of lands and all this other nonsense. So there was an agreement. That's why you're celebrating Thanksgiving, because of that damn agreement between Captain John Smith and the folks on that voyage and the Potahan Indians, all right? And unfortunately, even though they celebrated, they broke bread together, you know, they were thankful for each other. I mean, the John Smith voyagers and those folks were thankful that they found the Potahan Indians, and the Potahan Indians were thankful because the John Smith crew gave them all kinds of technology and even taught the Potahans a thing or two. But then the Potahans started realizing that, wait a minute, John Smith and his crew are starting to domesticate animals, and they're starting to cultivate agriculture, and they're doing shit smarter than us. Excuse my French, I'm sorry. I've had a few, excuse me. But they're doing crap smarter than us. And where do we get the term Indian giving? From these assholes, okay? So what happened? Potahan, all right, the Potahan Indians are like, white man, you do things better than us. We kill you, you motherfucker. And then that's it. That's it right there, all right? So there's a history lesson for all you stupid imbeciles that don't know what's going on around here. I'm just saying. Jesus Christ, give me my freaking drink, for crying. I get these German beers. I don't get these pussy domestic beers out here. I got beers with balls. Anyway, folks, all right, and if you happen to be Indian, you know what, I mean, if you're taking offense to that, I'm sorry, all right? I mean, with all due respect, Mr. Indian, I mean, you know, you are bilking the white man now with sins and vices and casinos and all that other stuff, and with all due respect, Mr. Indian, I'd prefer to go and see, you know, some kind of a practitioner, a physician, as opposed to some medicine man, you know. I mean, you know, if you get hooked up, you know, with a bad infection, you know, I'd like to, you know, go get some kind of a tetanus shot or something from the damn people out here who have the medicine to make this crap go away, instead of going to some goddamn peyote out shaman going, hey, ho. I mean, you know, I don't want to go to some kind of a freaking rain man or do some kind of a shaman to do a rain dance, so that the damn sky can water the crops. I appreciate modernity, you unappreciative pricks. So that's what you should be thankful for. Sorry, I'm going off keister. I'm just, you know, you know, everybody in the West, you know, with the exception of a few people, I know there's still people that appreciate the West, their lifestyle, etc. But you know, most people are just a bunch of unappreciative pricks, and they'll bitch and moan, and they piss me off. Piece of crap. Anyway, let me get back to commodities, and we'll get to damn Gab shout-outs. Let's get to metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, once again, folks, we've been seeing some runs on gold and silver. We did see a rise today in the dollar, so that contracted some of these gains that we've seen in the metals. So let's go ahead and get to it right now. All right, gold is down today modestly, $2.30, a percentage decrease of 0.18%, closing out gold at $1,289.90 per troy ounce of gold. Silver is also down modestly. It is down a nickel, a percentage decrease of 0.30%, closing out silver at $17.17 per troy ounce of silver. Let's go ahead and get to copper. Copper is down today, 0.13%. Platinum also down 0.20%. Let's go ahead and get to agriculture. Grains. Let's get to corn. Corn is up 0.21%. Wheat down today, 0.11%. Oats down majorly, taking it on the teeth. 1.84% decrease for oats. Rough rice is up 0.65%. Soybean is up 0.83%. And soybean oil is down 0.35%, and canola is down 0.06%. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Cocoa, the base for chocolate. What I've been telling you about cocoa, folks. All right, keep an eye on cocoa. A lot of factors here that could potentially affect the market here in cocoa. Remember, the majority of cocoa, it's produced in Africa. I mean, I'm not joking. It's produced off the Ivory Coast. And lest we forget, we're having a, bubonic plague situation or Black Death, and I don't mean that because it's Africa. All right, they're having a Black Death situation going on in Madagascar that's spreading throughout Africa, and this could potentially have implications in the cocoa market. So just keep that in mind. ETF play here, or if you're trading futures or contracts, just something to entertain. I'm just saying. All right? Cocoa up 0.66%. We've got coffee up. And let me tell you, before I get to coffee, I want to take this opportunity to please remind everybody to boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks, God damn it. Piece of crap. Anyway, coffee is up 0.28%. Sugar is up 2.69%. Good Lord. That's the holidays. Is that it? Everybody's making cookies and cakes and pies and all kinds of nice little sweet goodies to make everybody feel good, nice warm inside and all that crap. Good God. Anyway, we got orange juice. It is unchanged today, but once again, orange juice is a play if there's any kind of Arctic front that hits Florida and that affects the orange juice production. This is the play you want on an ETF contract or futures play. Just saying, I'm planting seeds, baby. I'm just planting seeds. We got cotton up today, 1.43%. And let me tell you, I think that cotton, the reason that we're seeing a 1.43% increase today, and I think that we're going to continue to see some increases on a gradual basis because of this Trump economy. I've read reports that we are going to see the average person in this United States of America finally spend at somewhere in the ranges of $900 to $920 on Christmas this year. I remember in Obama when the media tried to hype up that the average person was spending $300 on Christmas. And they were like, oh, that's great. Wow. Are you kidding me? I remember in the 90s, people were blowing like $1,500, $2,000. I mean, I remember in the 80s, it was the same goddamn thing. And, you know, you had these idiots try to, bolster up these numbers that, the average person in Obama's America is spending $200 on Christmas. Anything like that. I mean, give me a break. You can just feel the optimism in Trump's America now, don't you? I mean, it's just everywhere. I mean, if you're a worker, tell me I'm wrong that you haven't had a raise, or if you haven't had a bonus, or if you haven't had a promotion. And if you haven't, well, I'd strongly advise you to start throwing your resume around. This is Trump's America. Everyone I'm talking to is getting a raise, getting a promotion, getting bonuses. Because this is Donald Trump's America. This is the capitalist revolution I was talking about. This was the capitalist revolution I was talking about throughout the whole time of True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And you can look back in the archive if you don't believe me, boy. Anyway, I got to get going. Who else we got? We got cotton. That's why I was talking about cotton. We're seeing an increase in the median spend of each person on Christmas. I believe that's going to go into the new year. I think threads, like people's clothing, are all of a sudden it's going to be important now because people are making more money. I'm not joking. These are factors that you got to factor in, folks, and this is why we're seeing an increase in cotton at 1.43%. Let's get to lumber. Lumber is down 0.88%, and the reason that lumber is down, in my personal opinion, is because right now, folks, we have a very limited supply of real estate, believe it or not. It's not meeting up with demand, so that's why we're seeing these explosions in real estate pricing. Now, with that being said, that means that if there's a limited supply, that means there's not that many new homes being built. And really, that's where the money comes in if you're a lumber investor, is in massive development, massive urban sprawl, where lots of lumber need to be generated to make, instantaneous neighborhoods within 6 month to a year period. And that is starting to dwindle. And I don't think that the renovation market and all these other markets are being able to suffice the lumber market for generous gains. So that's my analysis on that. Anyway, lumber is down 0.88%. Rubber is up 0.99%. Ethanol is up 0.65%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock. Seeing some generous increases on all livestock, folks, because we're getting down to the holidays. Let's go ahead and get to live cattle. Live cattle is up 1.15%. Cattle feeder is up 0.73%. And lean hog, folks, you can tell everybody's having a ham bone this Thanksgiving. Everybody's having a damn ham bone. Lean hog is up 3.21%. Good God! 3.21%. on the day, and that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and get to some Twitter Screw Twitter. Screw Twitter. I spit on those pos-holes on Twitter. Well, they'd probably like that, wouldn't they? Sick, twisted, freaky pos-holes. Give me my drink really fast before I take the gab shout-outs, and everybody look at my gab. Check out my gab. All right, if you want a shout-out, and I'm going to take one here right after I take a nice sip of this beer, because I know you sons of bitches, what y'all did to me Friday. But I'd like for you all to please like the post on my gab that states, it's Thanksgiving Eve, True Capitalist Radio now live. It's Thanksgiving Eve, True Capitalist Radio now live. If you like that particular post, I will give you a gab shout-out live right here on the broadcast on Thanksgiving Eve. I hope that you got your family and friends around. Anyway, I want to say cheers first and foremost to the capitalist army. I want to say cheers to the capitalists throughout the world. And I want to say a happy Thanksgiving and cheers to my president, Donald Trump. Cheers, baby, cheers. All right. Now that we got all that out of the way, hey, engineer, do we got any gab shout-outs to be had, for Christ's sake? All right, well, I'm not looking forward to this. It's like every day, you know what I mean? Some days, like today, I hope that it's Thanksgiving Eve, and you guys could just, I don't know, man, just have a little bit of respect or something, man. Good God. Anyway, with that being said, before we get to Gab shout-outs, we do have swag, baby. True Capitalist Radio swag. Check out my Gab. Look at my Gab. We got shirts mugs, stickers, hoodies. Take a look at it right there. There's the link. All right, I just got to put that. I just got to put that out there. Everybody's always asking, "Hey, Ghost, where's the swag? Where's the True Capitalist Radio swag?" It's right there. Check out my Gab. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs right now. All right, who the hell do we got going on over here? Who is this? We got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. We got R.I.P. Ghosty Manson. Oh, that's right. Charles Manson died, huh? Y'all like that, huh? Y'all think he's a little freaky dude, huh? Stupid morons. The Texas Tartars. Well, how many of these do you have? The Texas Butt Darters. I mean, there's like 5 names. There's the Texas Butt Darters. There's the Texas Tartars. There's the Texas Farters. Stop talking about the Texas Martyrs. You understand that? Don't you dare talk about the damn Texas Martyrs, boy. Look, give me the mic. Give me the mic. I don't know how many times I got to tell you sons of bitches, why don't you come down here? Come down here to Texas and talk that Texas crap. Come down here. You come down here. You piece of crap. We've got 69 coin. What the hell are you talking about? 69 coin? Shove it up your ass with 69 coin. Jesus Christ. Who the hell else? The children of the cornhole. Oh, that's rich. Good God. Hey, look, there's Blood Fart. What's going on with Blood Fart? We got the trans beer bottle. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let's go ahead, put a pair of balls on everything and just call it trans. What's going on with Supa? We got 700 episodes of Manson killings. What the hell does that mean? Thankful for the short bus. Thankful for the... You stupid tard. Get off my show. Thankful for the short bus. A few pause holes more. Are you talking about Roy Moore, you piece of... You piece of crap. Look, enough of that crap, all right? I know you idiots think you're all funny, huh? You think you're so cute. You think you're so cute. Give me the freaking mic. Hey, folks, if you're listening to this for the goddamn first time, if you ever decide that you want to create content for yourself or, try to don't let it be interactive like I'm doing here, all right? If you have it too interactive, this is what you get. This is the kind of crap that you get all the time. Anyway, where the hell? What are we doing here? Who else do we have here? Jesus Christ. We got BJ's for penis coin. Man, look, shut up about those stupid, ridiculous coins you're shoving out your ass, all right? Good God. Thanksgiving Massacre Martyr pause holes? What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I don't even understand what the hell that means. Making mad games on Quant Stamp, whatever the hell that means. Mayonnaise my pickle. You sick prick. I mean, come on, you sick pricks. Good God. Ghost to Hannes. Oh, that's funny. I mean, here I am. I'm giving you tards a history lesson, and you're unappreciative about it. I just gave you tards a freaking Thanksgiving history lesson, and you could give a crap. Give me the freaking... Give me the freaking... Damn it! freaking mess. Damn it. Look, I'm just going to take a few more of these, man. I mean, I got production notes. I got freaking production notes I handwrite all the time. Anyway, look, we got BN King. What's going on? We got Benjamin Hoover, whoever the hell that is. TCR cucked by Trump's FCC. Are y'all believing that whole net neutrality hype? Huh? Oh, well, look, we're going to talk about it in a minute. I don't want to talk about it now. We're going to talk about it here later on in the hour. We'll talk about it later. Who the hell else do we have here? We got Spermy the cat. Where the hell did you come from? Freaking get Spermy's ass out of here. Good God, freaking Spermy the cat. Phantom the Thief Joker. Ghost is show enough. Yeah, you're damn right I'm show enough. Hey, have y'all ever seen that movie? The Last Dragon? I'm not even joking. Now, let me ask you this. I don't mean to get off on this tirade here, but if you've not seen The Last Dragon, it was a movie that was a kung fu movie based upon black characters. Like, the black characters were playing like, you know, they were ghetto, like, MFs, or like, yeah, you know, we're badasses, but they were all like kung fu. Like the main character of The Last Dragon was a guy by the name of Bruce Leroy. I'm not joking. And the bad guy was named Shonuff. Now, isn't technically that cultural appropriation? I mean, look, I only watched The Last Dragon because I liked Vanity's whore ass at the time. You know, she was kind of a slutty broad, and it was kind of amusing to watch her, you know, slut around and show off her assets on TV, all right? But that's about it. That's the only reason why I know it. But isn't that technically a cultural appropriation by the brothers? I'm just asking. Anyway, let me move on here. There's more in the oven. Look, shut up! Shut up! We've got a melting pot of friendship. You know what? I am a melting pot of friendship, man. I mean, doesn't anybody know that? The Texas soy boyers, you son of a... Ain't nobody eating soy here, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Ain't nobody out here eating soy, boy! There ain't no soy boys over here, boy. Especially right here. This man that you're listening to right now, I don't drink no goddamn soy. I don't eat no goddamn soy. I'm filled with piss and fury. You understand that, boy? Soy boy. Give me the goddamn thing. I'll give you your goddamn soy boy, for Christ's sake. Look, I'm gonna get a shot here. Hey, engineer, pour me a shot. Pour me a goddamn shot right now. And pour some hard-ass scotch, the hardest son of a bitch you can find. Yeah. I'll show you sons of bitches a soy boy. Son of a bitch. Hurry up, engineer. Hurry up. Jesus Christ, thank you. Piece of crap. Give me that freaking shot. I'll show you a soy boy, you piece of crap. All right, I'll show you a soy boy. Right here, boy. All right? I'm drinking gasoline on Thanksgiving Eve, you son of a bitch. Cheers to the real men, the alphas. The alphas, baby. Cheers, baby. You betas can burn in hell. Jesus Christ! You see what you're making me do? You're making me. You know what? I'm taking a couple of more, and that's it. All right. Taking a couple more, and that's it. Don't do this, folks. I'm not joking. Do not do this. if you have a show or, you're producing content, this is what you're going to get. Like, look at this. Mayo on my taco. Look at that. Somebody actually made that freaking name like a... Oh, my God, man. What else? We got 420 coin. Yeah, real funny, you jerk. All right, there's the Whore Master. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Oh, yes. More stuffing, please. I'm sure you want stuffing, don't you, huh? I'm sure you want a stuffing. I'm sure you want to bend over and, you want somebody to be your father figure Milo style, don't you, boy? You son of a sick, twisted freak, huh? You know what? I bet you're the kind of guy that goes into your goddamn Thanksgiving dinner and you start meat-gazing everybody in the goddamn joint, right? You start looking square at everybody's package to see if anybody's bulging out so you can spank it when you go to the bathroom, don't you? You stupid, sick son of a bitch. All right, who the hell else we got? Ghost drinks soy scotch. Soy scotch? I don't drink soy, you son of a... No! I don't drink soy, you son of a bitch, and anybody who does should get slapped in their face. Anybody who drinks soy should get slapped in their stupid, over-feminized, wannabe trap face, you son of a bitch. Give me a goddamn... Look, I'm getting tired of this, you stupid sorry sack of crap. I'm taking a couple more, and that's it. I can't believe I'm even taking these, for Christ's sake. Or Pickle Me Ghostler. Oh, my God, shut up. Meat Gazer Ghost. I just freaking said that. I just said that, you stupid troll. 6 foot 2 inches of bald. Look, that's it. I'm not. Look, enough about the bald crap, all right? Just because of that, no more Gab shout-outs. I'm sick of this bald crap. I'm sick of all this crap you people are spreading slanderous lies about me all over the internet. You're spreading slanderous lies. Slanderous lies. So you can take them and your Pickle Rick and your autism and your Asperger's and shove it right up your shit funnel.
You know what's great about the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event? No matter how you sign your name, you can get a great deal on select 2018 Volkswagen models. Sign perfectly neat, you get a great deal. Sign super messy, get a great deal. Sign outside the lines. Do one of those fancy weird signatures where your 9-letter last name looks like a half a V. You still get a great deal on models like the all-new Tiguan SUV or fun-to-drive Jetta. So practice your signature. Then head over to your nearest Volkswagen dealer for the Sign Then Drive event, going on now for a limited time. You know what's great about the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event? No matter how you sign your name, you can get a great deal on select 2018 Volkswagen models. Sign perfectly neat, you get a great deal. Sign super messy, get a great deal. Sign outside the lines. Do one of those fancy weird signatures where your 9-letter last name looks like a half a V. You still get a great deal on models like the all-new Tiguan SUV or fun-to-drive Jetta. So practice your signature. Then head over to your nearest Volkswagen dealer for the Sign Then Drive event, going on now for a limited time.
You freaking give me the mic. Do you hear me? Shove it right up your shit funnel. You punt-pulling, feminist, penis-loving, pansexual Peter Puffer. You understand me? And stop gabbing at me. I'm not taking any more gab shout-outs. You people have lost that privilege already. You people have lost that privilege. This is Thanksgiving Eve, man. Oh, Jesus. I need some more beer, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I want to talk about a serious conversation. I've got serious stuff to talk about here. I've got production notes. I've got production notes that I had write myself. Give me my drink. people are driving me to drink, man. I'm not even joking, you internet people. I need another drink, man. I need another goddamn drink. Give me more beer. Goddamn. Yeah, thanks to the engineer, man. Hey, once again, thank you for the ice chest here, man. I really appreciate it, engineer. Yeah, all right. I'm thankful for you, all right? I'm thankful for you. Jesus Christ. I'd be a lot more thankful if these people had a little bit more appreciation for my freaking show. Give me my freaking beer. Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. I don't even know where I'm supposed to start, man. Freaking production notes. You know what? Let's talk about Donald Trump, all right? That always makes everybody in a better mood. I know it makes me in a better mood, so let's talk a little about Donald Trump. I mean, especially after that gab session, for Christ's sake. Donald Trump's in the news. He's been in the news. I mean, he is the greatest president in American history. And I want to be honest with you, folks. If you haven't been looking at him, I mean, he's kicking ass and taking names out here. He is literally winning any narrative, any kind of debate that anyone tries to confront him with. Haven't you noticed that? In the end, Donald Trump, POTUS, is always winning. And the first person I want to talk about here first that the president has mentioned because of his unappreciative piece of trash ass, and I'm talking about this brother, LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball, folks, and if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, LeVar Ball has like 3 mulatto sons, and I guess these 3 mulatto sons, he's made sure to train them like how Serena and Venus's dad trained them to be great tennis players since they were like, I don't know, 6 months or once they dropped out of the womb or whatever the case might be. Currently, LeVar Ball has a son that's currently playing for the LA Lakers, which is an overglorified piece of trash. Now, the only reason that LeVar Ball is pertinent was because during the process of his son, who's currently playing for the LA Lakers, during the process of his drafting, you know, when he's drafted in the NBA, LeVar Ball made himself a, I guess, selling point. All right? Selling point for his son, and LeVar Ball was, I mean, just a loudmouth, you know, saying that his son could beat Jordan and that he was a badass, he could beat Jordan, and, you know, that his son's going to, you know, dominate the league and all this garbage, you know what I'm saying? And that's what President Trump was trying to say in a tweet here today when he talked about LeVar Ball. I don't necessarily want to read the tweet. You can read it yourself. Basically calls LeVar Ball a poor man's Don King without the hair, because basically what LeVar is just a freaking loudmouth and a salesman. I mean, that's really what Don King is. Don King is a salesman. He's a promoter, and he's always been successful at promoting fights, boxing matches, and as a result, that's why this man has always been very successful. Unfortunately, you got LeVar Ball out here basically utilizing his sons as a means of getting himself rich. And it's very, very sad. And the reason that this guy is even in the mix with the President of the United States is because his son was one of the 3 people that were arrested during the time that President Trump was visiting China during that extensive Asia trip. And as a result, this LeVar Ball son with 2 other people were caught stealing in China while guests in their country playing basketball. And for you folks that don't know, China is a huge basketball fan. They're huge basketball fans. I mean, that's why you've got the NBA catering to China more than they do to the United States, because China is unbelievable. I remember Kobe Bryant, not to get off on another tirade and digress, but this is an important point. I remember Kobe Bryant when he went to the 2008 Olympics when it was hosted in China, Beijing. And Kobe Bryant said that he couldn't believe how many people that knew him and that adored him and that were trying to touch him like he was a freaking Michael Jackson or a rock star. I mean, literally Kobe Bryant had to be physically escorted by military so he wouldn't be mobbed by massive amounts of Chinese people, you know? All right? So, with that being said, that just goes to show you how big of basketball players they are. Now, LeVar Ball's son had gotten busted with two other guys ripping off some, I don't know what the hell they ripped off, but apparently it was a considerable amount of crap. And they were facing potentially 10 to 20 years in a Chinese prison for stealing. You see, unlike America, when all we do is slap people on the wrist for stealing, which I think, you know, if you want my personal opinion, I mean, they should have their wrist put in bondage or something. You know, I'm not even joking. I mean, they shouldn't be able to even have a palm. You know, they should have a restriction of their palm for about a year or so. They put a metal over their hand or something. I'm not even joking. Put their hand in a damn chastity. But China doesn't mess around with that crap. They're trying to make a perfect society out there, and they have no problem throwing you into 10 or 20 years if you're going to make their society imperfect. Because remember, that's what communists do. They think they're perfect. They're trying to make the perfect society, utopia, etc., and that's what the Chinese are trying to do. And as a result, these players, one of them happened to be LeVar Ball's son, were facing 10 to 20 years. And it hadn't have been for Donald Trump personally asking Xi. And let's get back to the relationship that Trump and Xi have. I mean, it's unlike any relationship that we've seen in contemporary American history in which we see a president of the United States mutually respected by a Chinese leader. Mutually respected by a Chinese leader. I mean, take a look at the red carpet, the literal red carpet, all the hoopla, the pomp that China put on for Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, and compare that to how they greeted Obama when Obama went there the last time before he was unelected president or no longer president. They made Barack Obama, the Chinese, when he landed in Beijing, there's footage of this, they forced Obama to exit out of the ass of Air Force One, and he had no problem doing it because he's a weak piece of power bottom, if you want my opinion, pa's whole trash. All right? But anyway, with that being said, because Donald Trump has this good rapport with Xi, and this underscores what he had always said in the campaign, that he was a good negotiator with Chinese. He understands China. He understands how the Chinese react and how they negotiate, etc. He was able to ask a solid of Xi and say, hey, look, you know, let these knuckleheads go. I mean, you know, they're stupid. They'll never come back, or whatever the case might be, right? So Xi obliged and let these three brats go unscathed and go back to America, no problem. These are UCLA basketball players, right? One of them happened to be LeVar Ball's son. LeVar Ball's son, the two other guys, they come out with the UCLA, I guess the coach and athletics administrator, whatever the case might be, and they personally thank Donald Trump for their release. And this asshole LeVar Ball, the father, comes out, and not only does he not thank or want to thank Donald Trump, he purposely goes out on CNN, all right, the fake news network, to amplify his complete and utter disrespect for our president. Had it not been for the president, his son would be in a damn Chinese prison right now, taking chopsticks out of his ass, eating his own second harvest. But instead, you know what? Donald Trump was like, you know what? I'm going to do these kids a solid. Because, I mean, let's be honest, they were all black, with the exception of LeVar Ball's son. He's a mulatto, but I guess that counts as black, okay? And Donald Trump was, and look, I mean, let's be honest. Donald Trump, he's just trying to say, hey, look, all right, you idiot, moronic leftist, you race hustlers, you people that are trying to pin me as a racist, here I am. I mean, we've got 3 black, young UCLA players in a Chinese jail that could potentially be in a Chinese prison for stealing for crimes that they did and they admitted they did. And Trump is trying to say, hey, look, black folk, you know, I mean, who would do that? You think Obama would do this? They wouldn't even give Obama the respect to do that. And LeVar Ball, what does he do? What does LeVar Ball do? He gets on CNN and says that Trump didn't do anything, that Trump had nothing to do with getting his son released, and that it was his people, that it was LeVar Ball's people on the ground and other people in conjunction with other, I guess, facets of the United States government that got his ridiculous dumbass son released. Okay? Unappreciative to our president. And you know what he did? And look, look, I'm not trying to be racist because this is not racist. But it sounds racist, but it's actually a real word, okay? His father, LeVar Ball, is the father of the kid that got busted in China. The kid that got busted in China said thank you to the president. And LeVar Ball, what does he do? He reneges on that apology, or that thank you, excuse me. He reneges. Now, when I say that, I think to myself, wait a minute, renege. How did that terminology conjure itself? Reneging. I mean, I taught you guys earlier about Indian giving, right? About what Indian giving was all about. I'll tell you what reneging is. LeVar Ball, all right? All right? That's reneging right there, all right? That's reneging. And you know what? LeVar Ball, you are the edifice of reneging. Do you understand? So renege this. All right? You want appreciative piece of loser trash disrespecting our president? Huh? Yeah, I bet you like reneging down the street, huh? I bet you like that. Don't you, LeVar? And let's be honest, his kids, you know, what is it with mulattoes that make them have to be like more black than actual black people? I mean, did you hear his son? His son was like trying to overemphasize his like ghetto vernacular. Like, yeah, man, I want to thank Donald Trump, man, for hooking me up, man. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm doing this. I mean, man, he's so white he glows, for heaven's sake. Kind of like, what the hell is that? Stephen Curry. You know, and when you hear Stephen Curry, what does he talk like? Yeah, man, Stephen Curry up to him, man, and we did this and we did that, and yeah, man. I mean, what the hell is this? What is this? And by the way, I'd like for black people to admit that there is racism beyond racism in your own community. I mean, I see it on World Star Hip Hop. I mean, you guys make fun of each other. Light skin versus dark skin. If you don't believe me, why don't you YouTube it up for you folks that don't believe me? And yet, when it comes down to it, you know, like somebody like Obama, all of a sudden he black. You know, I mean, you know, you gotta have consistency, black folk. All right, stop reneging. That's all I'm saying. All right, don't renege. All right, just nig. Don't renege. Anyway, let me move on, folks. I'm getting myself into trouble here. Let me get a drink. Anyway, I'm sorry. Look, I'm just saying, I'm sorry. Let's talk about Donald Trump and talking about the NFL. Now, for you folks that aren't aware, the NFL is talking about, well, to nip this whole national anthem thing in the bud, that they're just not going to allow the players to come out for the national anthem. They're not even going to enter the field. All right? They're going to force everybody else to, stand for the national anthem. But you know what? Our exclusive players are felonious, woman-beating, raping, stabbing, shooting, you name it. These players are exclusive to that. They have exclusive rights, all right? Because they can play a silly-ass game. And because they can play a silly-ass game, we're going to have them exclusive from everybody else. Bull crap. And, I'm glad President Trump is saying something about this, because I believe that at this point, if you're watching the NFL, and look, if you're watching the NFL tomorrow, you're an anti-American piece of shit. Excuse my French, all right? But you're an anti-American piece of trash. These idiots disrespected the vets on Veterans Day, and they've been continuously disrespecting because why? They're trolling. They're ghetto trolling, man. You know it and I know it, man. They're just ghetto trolling. They're like, yeah, this going to make Whitey upset, baby. And you know what? They're going to make Whitey upset, and I still get my millionaire paycheck, baby. I still drive home, baby, and the motherfucker, and the Rolls Royce Phantom, baby. They're rubbing it in your face, man. And, I'm really shocked that we actually have owners that are allowing this. I mean, I'm not joking. Owners are just as anti-American as the players. I mean, why do you think that they want to kick out Jerry Jones out of the NFL? They want to kick him out because he is pro-American, and he wants his players to stand, and he doesn't want an anti-American piece of crap like Roger Goodell being the damn NFL commissioner. And because these anti-American pieces of garbage owners want Goodell, they're willing to strip Jerry Jones of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys ownership, for this. Unbelievable. So once again, folks, if you're watching the NFL tomorrow, and look, and bring this up to your family members too. If you're watching the NFL, you are an anti-American piece of trash, and kick them out of your house. And if you're at somebody else's house, then get out and go to somebody else's house and go to your own house. Celebrate with your own family, for Christ's sake. Sick of, that's another thing, man. That's another thing. What is it with everybody having to, bring everybody and Joe Blow and, cousins that are fifth line cousins and all these people so that they can, we're getting together for Thanksgiving, baby. Nobody likes each other. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that there's some sweet American families out there that take care of each other and look out for one another, and y'all have a great life, and you know what, more power to you. But for the most part, especially in today's single-parent America, I doubt that there's a contingent of people that really, truly like getting together during Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all are hearing this, but they're talking about people charging family members to eat at their hosted Thanksgiving event. I'm not joking. They're thinking about charging their own family members to eat turkey. And look, I don't think that's a bad idea, because in my personal view, I don't understand why, I don't get it, man. I mean, it's as if that one person that hosts Thanksgiving every year is obligated to do it, and is obligated to drop $500 or $1,000 to feed a bunch of ungrateful pricks. And let's be honest. What are y'all going to talk about this Thanksgiving? What are y'all going to talk about? Hey, well, Billy, he just was most valuable asshole in school. Did you know that? Oh, well, Johnny over here was most valuable suckhead over here in school. Oh, well, I mean, my boy, and all this crap. And if it isn't that, it's, I'm having tough times out here, man. And, barely able to make my rent this month, and, my problems, and, my sister's going to have an operation on her crotch, and all this crap. I mean, why are we doing this to each other? Anyway, I don't have much time. I'm moving on, folks. Anyway, let's talk about Roy Moore. All right, the president did not necessarily endorse Roy Moore, but he did basically say that we don't need a liberal Democrat who is the opponent for Roy Moore in the Senate, basically acting like an obstructionist. And moreover, folks, I know that this supposed 14-year-old accuser of Roy Moore came out and said her story, and right after she said her story, the media was like, well, he needs to bail out after this. I mean, this is a pretty serious story. I believe her. Well, you know something? I don't know who this woman's name is. I don't even want to know. I don't even care. But if you haven't seen her, she acted very elated to tell her story, smiled many times, and it was like no big deal. I mean, it's as if, I was 14 years old and supposedly I was molested or whatever the case might be, but I'm going to smile about it right now and not cry about it. Or Well, folks, there was some investigative reporting done on this woman, and I don't really like quoting Breitbart too much, but they actually did their due diligence on this woman. And, folks, first of all, let's talk about this 14-year-old, because that's really the hardcore implicator of Roy Moore, isn't it? Is if he actually had some kind of sexual relations with some type of a 14-year-old, obviously that would be inappropriate and be grounds for him to be not Senate-worthy, to say the least. Because lest we forget, in Alabama, and remember, it's the South, folks. I mean, I'm not justifying it, but it's the South. The age of consent is 16 years old in Alabama. And that's why every other woman that claims that Moore went up to him, etc., was 16 years old, because that's what they did in Sweet Home Alabama. Now, the 14-year-old is the one that's the big deal. Now, if you listen to her story, she claims that Roy Moore was able to get access to her because she was in court at the time. Her mother was in court, and that Roy Moore told her mother, as her mother was going into a courtroom proceeding, that I'll watch your daughter, no problem. I'll go ahead and watch your daughter, etc. And that after that court proceeding, that there was this extensive relationship that her and Moore had, in which Moore either picked her up or drove to her house. There was like 2 or 3 different meetings according to her story. Now, I'm not saying maybe they did or didn't happen, but folks, do you want to know why this woman was, or this 14-year-old girl was in court, and why Roy Moore had to take care of her while her mother, the alleged 14-year-old victim's mother, was in court, and Roy Moore said, I'll watch your daughter? Folks, the mother was signing away her rights for this 14-year-old victim here, okay? I'm not joking. She conveniently left that out of the context. Huh? I mean, yeah, it sounds legit, right? Like, oh, well, Roy Moore said that he would take care of me while, my mother went in and had a court proceeding. Yeah, what was the court proceeding about? She was signing over her rights away to the father of this 14-year-old, okay? And it was immediate. Now, I'm not trying to say that the meeting that she potentially said that happened didn't happen. But the reason her mother was giving her away because she was an out-of-control 14-year-old, and she could not handle her anymore. I mean, you know how bad of a woman or a little girl you have to be for your mama to kick your ass out the house? You know what kind of a slut bag or whatever nefarious crap you're doing? You know what kind of crap you got to do to get kicked out of your mama's house? That woman kicked that woman out of the house. She kicked that 14-year-old out of the house. So with that being said, folks, okay, that's the basis, okay? That's the basis of this 14-year-old story, is that she met Roy Moore at the courthouse, because Roy Moore, I believe he was an assistant to a district attorney or something to that effect, and he happened to, you live at the courthouse, man, when you're a lawyer or district attorney or public defender, whatever the case might be, and this woman, her mother, this 14-year-old's mother, needed somebody to watch her kid because her kid was a freaking goddamn piece of crap. So much of a piece of crap that this woman, during the time that she first alleged met Roy Moore, her mother was signing her freaking rights away to her daughter to her father. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, folks, is because maybe this little girl, this 14-year-old, maybe she was molested, maybe she was touched, but maybe she doesn't have a clear mind, or maybe she's a little off, or maybe she doesn't remember, or maybe she was drugged, because when your mother is signing over rights away so that you can go live with your father and not be with her anymore, she, literally did not want to have nothing to do with her 14-year-old daughter anymore, that is serious business. So it makes sense why this woman, who's now coming out 40 years later, is having smiles on her face like some devious person, in my opinion, talking about, yeah, well, you're going to have to deal with me now there, Roy, huh? I'm just saying, folks, I'm not saying that Roy Moore may have or may have not, but come on. This is the woman that produced a what is deemed by everybody in the media, and at this point, at this time, what looks like alleged false yearbook signing by Roy Moore. So that being said, that's why at this point Donald Trump is like, look, it's better to have Roy Moore in there, who is a Republican, who was doing nothing more than Alabama social interaction. Let's be honest. Even the people up north, what do? You make fun of Southerners because, oh, look, you married your sister, and oh, you married a 14-year-old girl, and all that crap. And I don't think he did this to this 14-year-old. I read the Breitbart article. I thought that was very, very good investigative journalism. And in my opinion, this discredits this woman as far as I'm concerned. But then again, because you have this epidemic of women coming out about sexual abuse, we're just supposed to believe everybody, right? We're just supposed to believe everybody. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Please, once again, spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Texas time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab. That's my only social media, and you can get to me there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, and I am verified, folks, all right? So there ain't no kind of tomfoolery, trickery, or anything of that nature. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the broadcast because we're running out of time here. Let me get some beer. All right. Now that we talked about the Roy Moore situation and this alleged 14-year-old and the discrepancies in her story and things of that capacity, let's move on to other sexual abuse cases that have come out, folks. Good God. Good God. We talked a little bit about Al Franken over here, and to be completely honest, I think that if Al Franken does not resign, I think that there could be a legitimate federal case against Al Franken. The reason I'm suggesting this is because, first of all, he's got an actual footage of him assaulting a woman. I mean, you can't, it's not he said, she said crap. This guy is literally fondling a woman while she's asleep. And you know what makes it even worse? Is that this is what this moron is thinking while they're being airplaned in a cargo airplane, because that's where that goddamn photo is taken. It was taken in a cargo airplane while they were going in or going out. I'm not too sure which one it was. Either going in or going out of Iraq to entertain our troops. That's why those folks were being airplaned in there. That's why Al Franken had access to this woman. And that's what Al Franken did on a plane. And let me tell you something. That's a military plane. And that means that is federally funded. So that is a federal case that could be tried in a federal court. And I'm not joking. I think that Al Franken has some serious, he's got some serious trouble on his hands unless he resigns. If he doesn't resign, I think that he is more than prosecutable at this point. I mean, this woman's asleep. She was fondled. Right off the bat, that's a sexual assault. It's a sexual assault that is documented on camera. It's a sexual assault that happened on a federally funded airplane. So this is now a federal case. And if there's a federal prosecutor that had the balls to actually throw the book at this asshole Franken, we would be seeing him go down the river. Because let me tell you something, this man, what he did was no different than what the damn Anthony Weiner did. The only thing, what was worse with Weiner is that he was actually contacting minors and showing his Johnson. All right, this guy was actually fondling people, and he deserves, in my personal opinion, to be prosecuted unless he steps down. But, of course, he thought, I guess, that he was going to have this secret protocol that's for congressmen whenever they get wrapped up in any kind of sexual harassment situation. Have you heard about this? Folks, I mean, I don't know if you've heard the protocol when someone is sexually harassed by a congressman. The protocol is this, that you've got to complain about it to some bureaucracy within the congressional government bureaucracy. And then from that, you've got to actually continue to work with your alleged abuser for 180 days after the complaint. And then in between that time or a little after that time, you are forced to use the mediation process that could add another 30 days to the process in an attempt to mediate the situation between the victim and the congressman or congresswoman suspect. Now, during this time, the congressman or congresswoman is already lawyered up. You typically aren't, because this whole process, this whole protocol that Congress has made to kind of divert or put under wraps or under a blanket this whole sexual assault habitual activity, you're typically not, as a victim, lawyered up by the mediation process. And by the time the mediation process happens, then there's another 60 days. I mean, literally, they have you running around as a victim of sexual abuse in Congress, running around in circles to the point in which you either settle for damn near nothing and have a confidentiality agreement that literally puts all this whatever sexual abuse or whatever was alleged to have happened between you and that congressman in complete and utter sealment, that no one will ever see it. And not to mention, if there happens to be any settlement, for instance, a congressman sexually abuses a woman, and there needs to be a settlement to shut this woman up. These congressmen can use our tax dollars for that. And they've used up to $17 million of our tax dollars settling congressmen who have been sexually harassing and sexually abusing women in Congress. That's almost 253, I believe, cases in the past 10 years. And then, I hate to bring this up, and then you wonder how Pizzagate and these types of stories become believable. Because Washington, D.C., folks, look, I'm dropping you a red pill here, but Washington, D.C. is its own country, legally. It's not a part of the United States. It controls the United States. Washington, D.C. is the District of Columbia. And look up who the goddess of Columbia is. And that will tell you a lot about Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, let me drop you another red pill. And I hate to make this a little bit esoteric and metaphysical and, spiritual. But I want you to know why there's so much goddamn evil out there in Washington, D.C., and they have no problem doing it. Have you ever noticed Capitol Hill? That little building that, is a dome, got a bunch of windows on it. It's where Congress meets. Have you ever noticed that there is a damn statue on the top of that building? Have you noticed that? Huh? Little statue right on top of that building there. Do you know what that statue is? Huh? In plain sight, right in front of your face, what is the statue on top of Capitol Hill? Isis. The goddess Isis. Now, didn't we fight ISIS or something called ISIS in the Middle East? And didn't I always say that ISIS was a CIA operation and it was a complete ruse? Do you understand what I'm saying to you people? That's why these idiots that are in Washington, D.C. think that they're untouchable. That's why they think they're above the law, because if they're in D.C., they are untouchable. They are untouchable in D.C. Why do you think they were able to kill Seth Rich? All right? Call it a robbery even though they took nothing, shot him in the back. How do you think they're able to do that and it's still unsolved? How do you think they're able to, get away with all this Pizzagate nonsense?
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and recently we've been doing random acts of helpfulness, like buying gifts for families and bringing a daughter in the Navy home for the holidays. And during the Happy Honda Day sales event, we can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda, like the Accord, a 2017 Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know. Car and Driver, January 2017.
How do you think they're able to do that? I'm telling you, Washington, D.C. is its own country. It rules the United States. It's not a part of the United States. It's like the Vatican. The Vatican is its own country. So anyway, with that being said, I'm running out of time here, but this is why these congressmen think they can get away with whatever. I think it's sexually harass people. Have y'all seen Joe Biden? Look up right now, YouTube up creepy Joe Biden, and take a look. There is documented evidence of him on video feeling up, groping, inappropriately touching teenage girls. There's one video in which Joe Biden is propositioning, in my opinion, this little girl to come over to his granddaughter's house. Now, why would Joe Biden say, hey, come over to my granddaughter's house? These people are sick, twisted, satanic freaks. And the sooner you people realize that, the better off America will be. Look at who's another guy? John Conyers, right? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and post right now. Hey, you want to see creepy Joe Biden? Check out my Gab. Look at my Gab right now. I just reposted creepy-ass Joe Biden. Take a look at that crap. But let's talk about John Conyers. John Conyers, folks, is a senior member of the Democratic Party. Major leadership position. I think he's a leader of the Black Caucus, if I'm not mistaken. And this guy, it's already been outed that this guy not only settled many cases out of court relating to him and his sexual improprieties, allegedly, right? But he also utilized his own campaign money or his own money related to him and his own personal politician name. He used his own money to settle this out. That's an ethics violation right there. Using money from his campaign to shut up a woman that, didn't like his disgusting, despicable bedpan advances. I mean, this is what I'm saying. I mean, this is far beyond anything that these liberal Democrats can throw at the right. All right? John Conyers over here, not only has he utilized the taxpayer money to give settlements to women that he gropes and that he fondles and whatever he does, but he's also using his own campaign funds, which is an ethics violation, which should force Conyers to step down as well. So if we want my personal opinion, folks, Al Franken, John Conyers, 2 seats open for business as it pertains to Republican candidates. And if they don't step down, there's going to be, you even got Nancy Pelosi calling for an ethics committee to investigate John Conyers and Al Franken. So they want to distance themselves from all this crap. And as this epidemic of talking and this epidemic of people coming out and saying, he did this, me too, with all this sexual abuse stuff, haven't you noticed that it's mostly coming from those that were champions of feminism and champions of women's rights? Oh, we need to help women. Franken and Conyers, these are Democrats. Look at everybody in Hollywood. Harvey Weinstein. Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose. Bro, I cannot believe Charlie Rose, it was a sick, demented pervert. I don't know if you know Charlie Rose. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Charlie Rose was one of those journalists that was a legit journalist. This guy's interviewed everybody, folks. Charlie Rose has interviewed everybody you can imagine. George Soros, David Rockefeller, Milton Friedman, you name it. George Soros. He's interviewed them all. And meanwhile, while this guy's out here interviewing people, being Mr. Media out here, he's utilizing his production company, all right? He's utilizing his production company to basically sexually harass people. Did you hear that this guy just walks around naked in the studio and people are just have to, well, that's Charlie, he likes to let his nuts hang, I guess. And they just had to accept it. And, this guy would call women and, say all kinds of sexual, disgusting, despicable things to them, etc. And you know what Charlie Rose's excuse was? He comes out and says, well, I may have did that, but I thought the feelings were mutual. I thought that me coming out with my Johnson hanging out, walking around the studio, that all the women wanted to see my old wrinkled sack. That's what he said. God. Anyway, folks, we have to, literally throw it in the face of the left that they are hypocrites. They are utter hypocrites. And let me explain something here. I know I'm running out of time, but I got to get to this, okay? Since we're seeing this epidemic of women coming out and saying, oh, he touched me, he fondled me, he raped me, he this and that, what I don't understand is this. The people that have been the most vocal, like, what the hell's her name? Rose McGowan, and, these people, with all due respect, that were once sluts, okay? And I know that when I say that, people are like, oh, my God, Ghost, did you just call him a slut? Hey, feminism can't have it both ways. You've got one part of feminism that wants to become bulldyke and hates men and hates everything to do about men. And then you got another faction of feminism that thinks that they can be so slutty that they can go out and have public slut walks. And for you folks that don't know what slut walks are, why don't you go Google that up? That's probably what your daughter's participating in while you're at work. Yeah, Amber Rose is a big proponent of the slut walks and is against slut shaming. Now, I'm not trying to condone any kind of sexual abuse. I'm not trying to condone any kind of sexual harassment. But I do want you women to understand that when you dress and act and basically admit that you're slut and listen, broads, you're showing ass, you're showing cleavage. A man is going to be like, well, she wants her ass slapped. She's like, hey, honey, hey, doing pretty good. Hey, honey, it's a nice ass you got there. If you wanted respect, you would dress with respect. If you wanted somebody to come up to you and talk to you with sweet nothings in your ear, then you wouldn't dress like the way you dress. You can't have it both ways. You understand? I'm just saying. So in my opinion, folks, this is, and we're going to talk about this more on Thanksgiving. All right, actually, I'm going to dedicate most of the show tomorrow to the sexual abuse epidemic and how all of a sudden we're seeing a conservative twist to what's happening here. And us on the right have to capitalize on it. So if you're listening tomorrow, we're going to be on Thanksgiving, same place, same time, 6:30 p.m. to make up for the Monday show that I was off. Anyway, folks, let me move on to another subject because we are running out of time. I want to talk a little bit about net neutrality. Now, I find it funny that everybody and their brother out here is talking about, net neutrality. Oh my God, we gotta stop everything. They're gonna stop net neutrality. Or no, we got to stop them from stopping net neutrality is what I meant to say. Hey, folks, who are the biggest proponents of net neutrality, you morons? Huh? Google, Mark Zuckerberg, Twitter. And this just goes to show you that they've got you all believing that you need net neutrality so that, you can have internet freedom? Hey, folks, they've already silenced all of you people under this net neutrality crap. You understand? They already control you. You have Jack Dorsey giving deadlines to supposed quote-unquote Nazis to get off Twitter. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's why we're living right now in net neutrality, you morons. That's why these big conglomerates want net neutrality. It benefits them. Why do you think they're the biggest proponents of it? Facebook, hell, Google's already rolled out its own fiber optic networks in major metropolises. Facebook is doing the same goddamn thing with its own phone, etc. Twitter is trying to get there. You see what I'm saying? And what do they have you thinking? Huh? What do they have you thinking?
Well, if we lose net neutrality, we're just, free speech and
Folks, I'm going to be honest with you. Net neutrality is nothing more than the government regulating the internet. And this happened under Obama. And what they basically did was force a whole population of people, in my personal opinion, that should not have been on the internet. And, you can call me an asshole for saying this. I don't really give a crap. All right? We have a whole population of people that should not be on the internet, but thanks to Obama and free Wi-Fi and all this crap, forcing these broadband companies to,
you can only charge, $29.95, and
this is where all this regulation comes from. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Look, I come from an internet back in 1993, 94, 95, 96, 97. When I was on the internet in those days, folks, I mean, everybody that was on the internet was either a scholar, a professor, somebody in the military, a computer programmer, somebody, majoring in computer science, or they were extremely rich and had an extra $2,500 to throw around so that they could go on the internet and do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? And now that we've had all these losers, and let's be honest, I mean, what's going to happen if net neutrality is lifted? I mean, maybe Wi-Fi in the projects will be cut off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest. I talk about World Star Hip Hop all the time, which is a disgusting disgrace to black folk, but they think it's great. They think it's cool. They have made World Star Hip Hop videos off of free Wi-Fi. That's what they did. One argument is that, well, Ghost, the poor, they're not going to be able to have access to the information, because the broadband costs are going to be too high. And as a result, people are not going to be able to afford to be on the internet. And, we need, the poor to be on the internet. No, we don't. We don't need the poor. We don't need autists and Asperger people who can't make a living for themselves. We don't need catfishes and stalkers and frauds and people like this on the internet. You want to know why they're on the internet now? Because it's cheap. Because Barack Obama allowed all these assholes that had no business to be on the internet to be on the internet. And that's why this goddamn place is a cesspool. And for you people crying, bitching, and moaning because, I'm going to have to pay a higher price on my broadband, well, you have to figure out what's important in your life, do you, boy, huh? Yeah, no longer are you going to get a free Obama internet or a discounted Obama internet or any of that crap. All right? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm tired of people like, save our internet, save this, save that. Shove it up your ass, all right? Look back, do a Google search right now. True Capitalist Radio SOPA, S-O-P-A. That was the last attempt at internet censorship back in 2010, 2009. Okay? 2010, 2009. And we stopped that. Okay, we stopped that shit. Man, that was a big movement. I mean, that was a contributing factor on why the internet is still free. Take a look. We had a lot of images. We did a lot of memes. But folks, the reason they're doing this is because you're still going to have internet freedom. You're still going to be able to do whatever you want. You're just going to have to pay a little more for it. All right? All right? And look, somebody's saying that it's about ISP throttling out our internet speeds. Hey, asshole, there's only a limited amount of bandwidth, okay? And if they're going to throttle your internet speed, they're going to throttle your internet speed. Your internet speed, man, it is what it is, all right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, you people think that you just deserve internet. I don't believe that. I don't believe everybody deserves internet. As a matter of fact, having few more people on the internet may make the internet better. And I don't give a shit if you people have to pay more. I'm a capitalist. I can deal with this. You understand? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could pay for more internet. I don't give a crap. I don't want any of these losers, these life losers that are just clogging internet bandwidth with nothing but spurred autism trash, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. And people are saying, oh, there's a claim that without net neutrality, an ISP could selectively throttle or even block certain websites, which could be used to censor websites' unsavory political opinions like Gab. Well, you know what? Then Gab has to figure out like a way around that at this point. And I don't think they're going to censor Gab. You know what's going to happen, folks? You're just going to have to pay more. You know what this comes down to? It's not about censorship. It's about bandwidth. There is a limited amount of bandwidth on the internet. And as we have more and more people on the internet, there's less and less bandwidth to go around. All right? And if there's less and less internet to go around, then we have to regulate that bandwidth somehow, right? Right? I mean, we have to, regulate that somehow without regulation, and that's what net neutrality is. It's regulation. So in my personal opinion, folks, I don't think that this is a bad thing. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are upset, that are a little angry, for Christ's sake, because, you may be asked to be targed or something. But, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I know that, a lot of you people love the internets and maybe you're getting autism bucks and, whatever the case might be. But, man, you're going to have to pay more. Hey, hold on. Is somebody saying that I should be dead because I'm saying this? All right, hey, hold on. Let me retweet this. Is this Karaskin saying that he's going to kill me? Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. Let me repost this. Are you going to kill me? This is Karaskin here. You know what? Since Karaskin is going to kill me, and I've already got evidence of that, let's give him a call. How about that? Let's give Karaskin a call right now. How about that? Because I want to know what the hell's going on, all right? I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I'm not going to take with all due respect, a mentally handicapped person saying that they're going to kill me and take it lightly anymore. You know how these aspies are. And take a look at my Gab if you don't believe me. Take a look at it. Call him up, engineer.
You have reached 9414733.
Oh! Let's call him back. We need answers here. I'm sorry. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up.
You have reached 94647.
Oh! All right. Since he's not picking up on that number, let's just try another number. Hold on, folks. I mean, I'm not taking this threat to my life lightly. All right. Especially from somebody who happens to be, unfortunately not playing with a full deck. All right, so we're going to make sure that we get to the bottom of what's going on out here. Hold on, hold on. We're going to call another number here, and I would answer if I were you. Pick up. You just threatened to kill me. Pick up. Yeah, well, I'm just trying to say I'm not necessarily going to take lightly, responses of, oh, I'm going to kill him now, lightly, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what, folks, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Zimbabwe. I don't know, I got tards now threatening to kill me because of my net neutrality stance, and this is what it comes down to, folks, all right? All right, I'm not even joking around. This is what it comes down to. Do we really need tards like this on the internet, man? I mean, unless they can afford it, right? I mean, unless they can afford it, well then, by God, okay, great, you can be on the internet. But man, I mean, this is why I don't really care about this whole net neutrality crap. All right? I mean, I'm not joking. And you know what? Oh, what if they censor you, go? So they've been censoring me the whole time I've been on here. You understand? I've been censored ever since I've been on here. You know, I got banned from MySpace for life back in 2008 because of my stances on feminism. I mean, I got banned from Twitter because I created the damn term poshole. You know? I mean, same thing with Gumroad, because poshole, you can't make fun of posholes. Sorry. You can't remind a bunch of posholes who are taking bareback loads that they're posholes. You can't do this. You can't do it. You can't do it. Oh my God, somebody check my Gab. They've actually got a picture of the tard with a gun. Ah, Jesus Christ. Check out my Gab, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Look at my Gab. Check out my Gab. This is what I got to deal with. And then you wonder why I'm not like, oh, are you an autist? Oh, are you a tard? Oh, come on over here. Let me give me the mic. And then you wonder why I'm not all like kid gloves with autists and spurgs. I'm telling you, anything to keep you people off the internet, I'm for. So, net neutrality, bring it on. All right? Bring it on. I can pay my way through the freaking internet. I don't know about you people. Bring it on. The internet was a hell of a lot better when there was less people that were smart and that could afford to be on the internet. I don't believe every person should be on the internet. And if you believe that, well, then you pay for it yourself, you cheap piece of crap. You understand that? You pay for it yourself, you cheap piece of trash. Anyway, we were supposed to talk about Zimbabwe and how Emerson Mnangagwa, is the former VP that was in exile, is now going to take over the country. I also wanted to talk about Ratko Mladic and how he was found guilty for genocide in the Srebrenica slaughter. The Srebrenica slaughter of the enclave out there in the Serb areas, and how the United Nations helped him, even though they're prosecuting him for the actual crime. And I was going to talk a little bit about Lebanon. Did you hear that the Prime Minister of Lebanon, Harari, is withdrawing his resignation? He's withdrawing his resignation. And I want to talk a little bit about Venezuela. We're going to talk about all this tomorrow, I guess. I also wanted to talk about Ray Allen getting catfished. Did you hear about Ray Allen, the NBA basketball player, getting catfished by a man? And that the man was saying, no, he knows who I am, right? He knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows. Anyway, folks, let's just go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti, for Christ's sake, all right? Jesus Christ. And for all those folks that don't know, it's about that time for Radio Graffiti! And Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle, All you got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. When I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. And there's also another number there in the profile section, so you can use that number to call in. Anyway, engineer, do we have any Radio Graffiti callers to be had out here? All right. Well, without any further ado, I guess, well, before I get to that, let's go ahead and remind everybody one more again. Let me remind everybody one more again that we've got some Radio Graffiti swag. All right, we got Radio Graffiti swag out here, folks. You know what I'm saying? And it's not made by tards. All right, so why don't you get some Radio Graffiti swag? If you appreciate Radio Graffiti, if you've made memories with Radio Graffiti, check out my Gab. Look at my Gab. All right, check it out. Go ahead and get yourself some goddamn some merch. All right, go ahead and get yourself some Radio Graffiti merch, baby. Woo! And look, somebody's saying
That's messed up, Ghost, talking about not liking autistics.
No, I didn't say. Well, hold on. Not liking autistics, ADHD, retardation, or Asperger's. No, wait a minute. I like retards. I think retarded people are blessed souls, unless you get a corrupted one that was unfortunately brought up with a perverted family or something. But most retards, they're not like you autist or Asperger's. I've already told you, idiots. I mean, even a retard knows when it's being condescendingly talked to. Unlike you Asperger autistic people, you think that you're actually getting something by being talked to like a freaking mental problem. Try to talk to a retard, okay? Try to talk to a retard and say, hey, wow, yeah, wow. Like they talk to these damn autists and Aspergers, and see if the retard doesn't say, look, don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way. But Aspergers and autists, you know, they're like, yeah, wow, Billy. Wait a minute, don't melt down, Billy. Don't have a meltdown. I'm sorry, you people can, you know, sit here and try to gain sympathy out of me because you people are autistic and Asperger's. You're not going to gain one shred of sympathy out of me. I think you people are a bunch of put-ons. I think you people are a bunch of tards. I think that if you don't like it, then get off my show, all right? If you're an autist and Asperger asshole that doesn't like what I'm saying, then get off my show, all right? I would slap your parents, all right, for producing you. Because it's not that you're autistic. It's not that you're retarded. It's not that you're Asperger's. It's the fact that your stupid parents didn't want to take care of you, all right? They didn't want to take care of you. They decided, oh, my God, let me dump my kid off on a psychologist and an illegal alien child care provider on top of that. But let me dump my kid off on a psychologist, and they can go ahead and diagnose my kid with whatever and then load him up with all kinds of medications so I can just leave him in his room and watch cartoons or play video games all day. So that's all there is to it, all right? You Aspie and you autist, you ain't getting one shred of sympathy from me. As a matter of fact, all you're going to get from me is this. Hold on. This is all you're going to get from me. That's all you autists and Aspergers are going to get from me, all right? You hear that, you piece of crap? That's all you're going to get from me. All right, so take a good whiff. I bet half of you damn Aspie and autists will be like, that smells good. Oh, you're Pickle Rick? Are you Caca Rick? It's Caca Rick. It's Caca Rick. Stupid Asperger tart. Give me my beer, for Christ's sake. You know what? For all you people that are like, well, what about Radio Graffiti, Ghost? You can thank these Aspie and autist tards for delaying Radio Graffiti. How you like that? Huh? How you like that? Woo! I'm just... I'm sorry. I feel good right now. I feel good. I feel like I'm telling you tards, or not tards. I shouldn't say tards because I think autists and Asperger's are an insult to tards because tards are sweet people. They're sweet souls. You people are a disgusting disgrace. And that's why you all are all pissed off about net neutrality. Like I give a crap. All right? I mean, I'm sure that now that your autism bucks are getting cut because of old Donald Trump being in office, all right, I'm sure Mommy and Daddy are going to be even more pissed when the damn internet bill goes up, doesn't it? And that's why you're all pissed off. So go shove it up your ass, you stupid autist and Asperger pricks. And I bet all these autists and Asperger idiots are like,
oh, Ghost, he's got to pay. He's going to pay.
You know what? Come at me, you fuck. All right? I'll slap some sense into your stupid half-baked brain that was rechemicalized because your parents decided,
oh, my kid, I can't take care of him. Can you get him a pill?
Give me a break. And you know, I'm not. People are saying, "Oh, alienate your shrinking audience." LOL. Then go, you autist. Get the hell out. No one's asking you to stay here, you stupid autist Asperger prick. Get the hell out. You think I care if you people listen? No, I don't. I care about capitalists. I care about right-wing people that are going to go out and do something in this world. That's who I care. You think I give a crap about you stupid autists and Asperger idiots that are now becoming a detriment to this country? You people are becoming a detriment to this country. You're becoming dangerous. You're shooting people. You're killing yourselves. You're killing other people. So don't give me this sympathy crap. I am not going to give you any goddamn sympathy. You stupid dumb man children. Go screw yourself. Go tell your mommy and daddy. How about that? Go tell your mommy and daddy.
Mommy, yay, he made fun of my autism.
And you know what Mommy and Daddy are going to do? Oh, Jesus, finally somebody told him. Jesus Christ. I couldn't bear to tell him he's my kid. I mean, I thought maybe, I shouldn't have jacked off before I had sex with you, but, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm not saying your father's had weak sperm or anything. I don't believe it's genetic. I don't believe autism and Asperger's is genetic. I seriously don't. I think it's induced by psychotropic drugs. And that's why all you morons need Adderall and all these goddamn stupid psychotropic drugs, Prozac and all this other garbage, because you can't handle life. Because why? I'm going to have a meltdown. I'm going to have a meltdown. I'm going to have a meltdown. Stupid morons. Jesus Christ. And what, everybody waiting for radio graffiti? Huh? Is that what everybody's waiting for? Huh? All the Aspies and autists. Let's go ahead and do radio graffiti. Just listen. Listen to what I'm talking about, everybody. All right? Everybody listen to what I'm talking about here, and you'll see what I'm saying. I've been dealing with this for 10 years, man. All right? 10 years. And look, I'm so glad that I am triggering you stupid autists and Asperger's. I'm so glad. I'm doing it. All right? I hope you idiots have a meltdown and beat your head open, you stupid dumb autists, because you people are stupid. I'm retarded every time, and meanwhile, you people are online. You know how to use the internet. You know how to use Gab. You know how to dox. You know how to do all this garbage. And yet, no, I'm retarded. I'm retarded. Go shove it up your ass, all right? Go shove it up your ass. And you know what? I'm not to do radio graffiti. How you like that? How do you like that? And you can find these autist ass-betards on this Thanksgiving Eve. How you like that, huh? Are you having a meltdown? Ghost, he's not Pickle Rick. He's not Pickle Rick. He's not going to do radio graffiti. He's not Pickle Rick. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm just getting. I'm gonna get another beer. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting another damn beer. And I'm gonna drink some goddamn beers here. And you see, you're making me drop my beer. You're making me. Damn it, Templeton, no! Don't drink it. Don't. Damn it, Christ! You see what you tards are doing? I can't even have a show because I got to deal with freaking Asperger autist tards. I got to deal with trolls. I got to deal with leftists. I got to deal with liberals. I got to do all this crap. I got to deal with all this crap. Jesus Christ, man. And look, people are like, hey, Ghost, I have to be honest with you. I'm embarrassed that I listen to this show every time I hear autists on the phone. Look, I don't blame you, man. I'm not even joking. I mean, it's pretty freaking sad. It's pretty freaking sad. And you know, I look at all these autists. They think they're getting to me by like, oh well, yeah, you're fan basing. You know what? I mean, I want capitalists. Do you understand? I don't want people getting autism bucks. I don't want people living with mommy and daddy and thinking that that's okay to be until you're 40 and 50 years old. You understand? And if that's you, and I know that's many of you who have been listening to me for a long, long time, that's the way you are. And look at this. Oh, I'm a piece of crap. Yes, keep coming at me on Gab, baby. Keep coming at me. Yes. Yes. Keep coming at me. Give me your energy. I like it. Oh, feeling good. I'm feeling great. This is a night to remember. Yeah. Not going to let these trolls win. Hey, this is the night where Ghost won. How about that? Thanksgiving Eve, the night when Ghost won on all of you trolls. On all of you. Oh, yes, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling wonderful. I should be talking about serious business. I should be talking about, like, you know, I don't know, freaking production notes. Should be talking about, like, Ratko Mladic or Lebanon or Venezuela or something, but no. I got to talk to you, ass-betards. You know, I got to stop saying that, all right? I got to stop saying, because I like retarded people. I like retarded people. I think they're sweet people. I mean, have you ever seen a retard, like, bag your groceries or something? The sweetest people ever, man. And you know what? They're working. They're working, unlike you autists who are like, I'm retarded. I can't do it. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. Hey, and for you autists and Asperger assholes that are getting mad, I'm telling you what your daddy should have told your ass. You understand that, boy? I'm telling you what your daddy, that probably wasn't there in your goddamn household, and if he was probably a goddamn cuck. That's what I'm telling you, boy. That's what I'm telling you. So I won, baby. Winning. How you like that, ass-betards? That's what you always say to me, you dumbasses. You know? Hey, Ghost, I'm winning. I'm not kidding around, man. I'm not kidding around. So I'm just saying. I mean, look, I'm tired of you guys, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of you guys. You guys have been bugging me. You Asperger and autism, you've been bugging me and trolling me and garbage talking me and all this other crap. And now all of a sudden I'm standing up, and what are you autists and Asperger's doing?
Oh, no, you gotta pay. You gotta pay because you're making fun of me, and I'm retarded. I'm retarded.
Stupid, dumb Asperger. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad I did not do radio graffiti tonight. I'm glad I didn't.
You know what's great about the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event? No matter how you sign your name, you can get a great deal on select 2018 Volkswagen models. Sign perfectly neat, you get a great deal. Sign super messy, get a great deal. Sign outside the lines. Do one of those fancy weird signatures where your 9-letter last name looks like a half a V. You still get a great deal on models like the all-new Tiguan SUV or fun-to-drive Jetta. So practice your signature. Then head over to your nearest Volkswagen dealer for the Sign Then Drive event, going on now for a limited time. You know what's great about the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event? No matter how you sign your name, you can get a great deal on select 2018 Volkswagen models. Sign perfectly neat, you get a great deal. Sign super messy, get a great deal. Sign outside the lines. Do one of those fancy weird signatures where your 9-letter last name looks like a half a V. You still get a great deal on models like the all-new Tiguan SUV or fun-to-drive Jetta. So practice your signature. Then head over to your nearest Volkswagen dealer for the Sign Then Drive event, going on now for a limited time.
So I'm sure this triggers you goddamn autist and Asperger tards. And hey, by the way, when you autists and Asperger tards are at the dinner table tomorrow during your Thanksgiving dinner, why don't you notice? Notice what Ghost is telling you, how people talk to you. You notice how everybody else talks to each other like they're adults or like, hey, how you doing? You know, this and that. And then when they talk to you, it's like,
oh, wow, yeah. Are you okay, Billy? Oh, don't have a meltdown. Wow, yeah, wow.
Notice that. Notice that tomorrow, okay? Asperger and autism, I'm giving you a lesson, okay? Notice that from everybody who talks to you. You want to know why they talk to you like that? Because you're a problem. You understand? You're a problem. And in your stupid autistic Asperger mind, you believe that you being a problem is an advantage in life. And it takes somebody like myself who doesn't give a crap about you stupid autists or Aspergers to tell you that's what you're doing. All right? That's what you're doing. So I know that there's a lot of triggered Asperger and autists on Gab right now, and I'm loving it. I'm thankful for this. I am thankful for this on Thanksgiving Eve. How do you like that, boy? Huh? How do you like that? So anyway, folks, I'll go ahead and I'll give you Asperger's a little bit of radiography. There's 5 minutes left, all right? Asperger autists, huh? Huh? Are y'all meltdowning now, boy? You stupid, dumb sons of bitches. All right, let's get a couple of radio graffiti. 618 radio graffiti. You better not be an aspie-tard. No, you're a Helen Keller deaf mute. What else do I expect? 423 radio graffiti. Do we have any Gab shout-outs to be had there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs. Right now! Blood Fart, Ghost of Honest, BN King, Zupa, the Horror Master, Furby the Cat, get Furby's ass out of here, Tickle Me Ghostler, Benjamin Hoover, the Texas Tartars, Texas Farters, Texas Butt Farters, the Texas Soy Boyers, you son of a... You son of a bitch! Look, hey, I don't need to be reminded about tonight's Gab. Tonight's Gab pissed me off just like every goddamn Gab I read out. Every damn Gab shout-outs. I don't need to be reminded of that. 352 Radio Graffiti.
Walked through Hemble, yo, doing my jazzercise. Saw a skeleton man at Christmas time. As we celebrate Halloween late, is he passed out? Oh, my guy's getting fucked by trouble. Look what he's putting out. Oh, ghosty, why so grumpy? It's Christmas time your spirits are high, why are you with depression? Ghosty, why so grumpy? Loud and night, your spirits so sad, oh my, cannot laugh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd tune in, sing you a song. You made it such a sin. I know your songs again. Stop falling off the wagon. Time to throw you in AA so you'll be shut in. Go see, why you such a Grinch? You're drunk again and bitchin' and complain about government. Oh, go see, listen to me. You're a screw on the cupcake run, let's make those babies. Now our tears on, keep the love rolling.
You know what? Shove it up your goddamn. Shove it up your twat. Shove that song up your goddamn twat. Freaking Christmas. Oh, look, hey, tomorrow, let's get through Thanksgiving first, all right there? All right, let's get through Thanksgiving first. Give me the money. Yeah, I bet you are a big fan of Toys for Twats, aren't you, huh? Jesus Christ. 713 Radio Graffiti.
I'm autistic. I'm retarded. I want the engineer house.
Shut up, you stupid tard. You see, that's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of crap I'm talking about. 207 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I really hope you are right about this net neutrality, but what if you're not? You know, like, what if a liberal...
Well, you know what? Then go get a life. If I'm wrong about net neutrality, go outside and go find real people to talk to, you antisocial jerk. How about that? 412 Radio Graffiti. Yeah, we can't. You know what? We can't understand you because you got yourself a net zero internet connection, you piece of crap. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Good afternoon. You've reached Trump Tower Customer Support. How may I help you?
Fuck knickers.
Hello, you've reached Trump Tower Customer Support. How can I help you?
I am trying to advocate the racial superiority of one race over all races. All right? You goddamn sons of bitches! Don't be calling Trump Tower! Don't be calling Trump Tower my voice! You son of a bitch! How dare you call Trump Tower my voice? That wasn't me, POTUS! That wasn't me, President Trump! It was these AFVN artists, goddamn!